The views expressed on the previous programs are those of the host, guests, and callers.
J.P. Morgan, she was a real bulldog. I just mentioned that in passing.
The biggest names, the best talent. This is Sports Radio 560, WQAM.
Rip Taylor, gay. J.P. Morgan, gay. Etc. Charles Nelson Riley, gay. Paul Lynn, gay. All those game show people. They were
Drug Administration has joined the investigation of the E. coli outbreak at Taco Bell.
Now the latest on the E. coli outbreak. The majority of victims ate at Taco Bell.
Well, I drove down to get a bean burrito. Taco Bell was calling out to me. Felt like I was shot with a torpedo, and then I got explosive number 3. Then I threw up higher than the willow trees. Then I threw up, he brought me to my knees. I was weak, laying beside my toilet. Then I threw up, but it wasn't over yet. Oh God, I am so sick. You're not as sick as I am. I'm much sicker than you. Impossible. I can't keep anything down. Oh, look at me. You can see stuff. I've lost 12 pounds in 3 hours. Oh, that's bad. That is bad. Yeah, you're worse than me. You can see my spleen. Oh, that's a lovely spleen. Oh, God. Oh, watch out. I'll get the bathroom first. Oh, don't leave me. Get out of the way. God, you didn't make it. These are brand new shoes. I'm sorry. Oh. Through up again. The cramps were overwhelming. Then I threw up. My ears started to ring. I was weak with quesadilla fever. And on my tongue, I started growing fur.
wow. What a heavy-duty start, huh?
You know, that's a good one.
It is a good one. Well, we got a lot of good ones. And, of course, it's almost Christmas. It's the middle of Chinooka, baby. I love MySpace, let me tell you right now.
Wait, I feel like yesterday you were bashing it, though.
Well, that's because I didn't know what the hell was going on, you know. Now that I've got more information. All I would say is if you're going to go on MySpace, just be a little bit cautious, okay, about the kind of people. Find out who they are, what they're all about. Find out the link to their webcam and take a look and see what they're doing while you were looking at them, you know. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
See if they got their clothes on, whether they're like standing upside down on their, well, whatever. And then decide whether you want to get involved. No, I found out some very fascinating information last night, so I don't take any of that other business personal. There are some people who are running and hiding and hiding and running and running and hiding and whatever, and that's fine, you know. And they're paranoid and scared crapless, and that's okay. So that's the way it is. But then, now I don't know whether I should really do this on the air because it might turn into a real nightmare as far as having a zillion people expecting me to answer everybody's email.
Oh, just go with it.
Oh, yeah, okay, go with it, and then you can answer it. How's that? No, I don't trust you to answer it. No, but I've discovered that there's some pretty interesting mail. Now, Harry from Detroit was on there again last night, the stalker. He says, please don't call me the stalker. He's the stalker.
You guys are email buddies now, huh?
We're old pen pals now, and he didn't even mention, backgammon again, his email last night. And also, there are a whole bunch of interesting people on there, and I tried to respond to. There were, several emails on there, and I responded to all of them, I believe. Just a quick note, whatever, except one I responded to at length, and certainly not what you think. It was, I don't know what the relationship would be. I will keep saying nephew. It's my cousin's son, who's 29, by the way. I just mentioned ages.
Let's just go with nephew. Sounds better.
No, well, what do you call it? I think my brother ain't going to have any kids, I'll say that. No, not that he's gay, but he is. But it runs in the family. So if my brother had a son, that would be a nephew, right? Isn't that the way it works? If I had a sister and she had a son, wouldn't that be my nephew?
Right.
But my cousin's son, well, what's the relation there? I don't know what it is.
That would be your cousin's son.
Oh, so my cousin's son, he's was on my MySpace and listens to the show online in upstate New York and loves this show. So there you go. Happy Chinooka, David. Good luck to you. Believe me, in this world you'll need it. And as far as the other situation's concerned, now you notice, don't I sound like I'm back to normal again today?
Sure.
Thanks to my good friend Moishi out there who gave me some psychological counseling online for a couple of days there. And also the information I discovered last night, which now I understand why, even though, people who are game players and want to diddle around with other people's minds, that's a cruel, horrible thing. But when you consider who you're dealing with, it's like, that's the way it goes. In addition to which, now that I realize that I was obsessed with somebody who doesn't exist, didn't I say that on Friday? You weren't here, Josh. I said I was in love with a fictitious person.
Well, you said that yesterday, too.
Well, it's true. I mean, there is a person with that name, but it's not the person I'd conjured up in my mind. So I might as well turn it into something really sub-rosive. Get certain people in the audience all excited. Oh, I know it. He's a pervert. I know it. Yeah, I am a pervert. That's correct. But I might as well turn it into something that it wasn't, right? Although it's really a shame that that I'm blocked out there and I can't see all those other pictures again, because I could sit here all during the show and go, like that, couldn't I?
Well, you can still see the squat, right?
I can see him squatting on the rock. I can still see that one. But that big diamond is spinning around. I'm blocked out. You're blocked, baby. You can't. Okay, I'll survive.
Well, you got Harry as a friend now.
I don't want to look at Harry, okay? As a matter of fact, if we got a new Brady Quinn picture on there, but Brady looks a little bit down in the dumps. Thanks for whoever sent that in. This MySpace thing, we got 871 friends on there, which I bet you even you're just shocked and amazed.
I really am, I got to tell you.
And it's growing exponentially, whatever the hell that means. There are more and more people, living and breathing people under the age of 100, finding our MySpace page and this show and listening online and sending mail. So the point I started to make before you interrupted me with that Jacob crap again is that if people want to get a response, all they got to do is go on to our MySpace page and shoot me off some email, and I'll respond. Or maybe not. Or whatever they want to do. Now, let's see. Did you fax me this?
Yes, I did.
Oh, this is about the original soup man. Now, did they bring the soup yet? Are you a guy?
Right, I got two cups in front of me right here.
And what kind?
I got a seafood gumbo, and I don't know what's the other one. I got a little chili action too.
Wow,
well, I'm loaded up here.
Starting at 11:30 this morning, the Soup Man, which is opening in Aventura today. This is their grand opening. 20475 Biscayne Boulevard in the Promenade Shops. The original Soup Man features the get-rated soups of Al Yagana, who inspired the Soup Nazi episode on Seinfeld. I noticed in the release it doesn't say the Soup Nazi, but that's okay. The stroller's location is this is a Todd and Hope stroller of Aventura. It's the 22nd original Soup Man opened since the franchise concept was launched last year, and the first one in South Florida. Since '84, New Yorkers and tourists alike have waited in line at Yagana's Soup Kitchen International, all kinds of weather, just for a taste of his much-heralded lobster bisque and jambalaya. In 2004, he closed the shop to prepare for the launch of his international franchise, and here it is. Starting this morning at 11:30, they'll be giving away free samples and T-shirts to the first 100 people who come in. The grand opening officially is this Friday, the 22nd. Isn't that also Eddie K's last day?
I don't know. What do you think?
Yes. Well, we would have heard something if they would have come up with some kind of a deal with him. So the fact that they're silent means like, oh, bye-bye, Eddie K. He's probably going across the street. Wish you all the best, Eddie K. You're a good guy. Never stole a freight train. Good man. Now, do I want to read this whole release? Well, I'll save it for a little bit later. Now, how's the soup? Are you? And of course, this was also Char Hot Wednesday. You notice Chris isn't saying anything, probably because he's about ready to fall off the chair from all the food.
He's shoveling burgers and soup at once.
Yeah, they're shoveling it down, baby. And you know what I'm thinking is that if I'm in hiding from the world, because, if I'm just one of those people that's a game player, being out there on a boulder in the middle of Red Rock Canyon, man, it's a good place to hide. But I just wouldn't plan on leaving there, you know what I mean?
Let it go, man.
I'd pack a lunch. No, I just think it's funny that finally, some payback can really be a bitch. It's an old trite cliche, but when people are in hiding, they get really panicky. Oh my God, like that, and then you say, oh well, good. Maybe it was worth all the grief. I don't think so, though. It wasn't really worth it. Was it worth it? No. Okay, let's get into the show here and quit with all this BS. But I do like the MySpace thing.
I know.
To a point, It's amazing how many people can.
No, you're addicted.
No, I'm not addicted.
Yes, you are. Listen, it starts the same with everybody, man. You're addicted. You can't help it.
Why do you say that?
Because everybody is the same. Everybody curses MySpace. It's stupid, and then they get
on it. If I was addicted, I'd be spending hours on there looking at everybody else's friends and clicking on and seeing their profiles. I'm not doing that.
All right.
How long were you on yesterday?
Huh?
How long were you on yesterday?
I was on last night for maybe half an hour.
You're going to tell me you haven't clicked and started looking at some people just because you know,
because they look hot,
started
because I like
doing
to hop on their bones
you
and just have my way
profile through profile. You haven't done that?
No, I haven't.
Really?
No, I have not done that.
Why don't I believe you?
Why would I? In other words, now you're calling me a liar.
I'm just saying.
Let's get back to the thing about my will again, okay? I think Chris deserves that. What was he? You were getting $50,000?
That's right.
Yeah.
I thought he was getting 150.
Man, so now you tell me that I'm lying. I'm not one of those people that lies about. I'm also not addicted to this online crap. Okay, I'm not one of those people that sits there online. Now, you know, obviously, if I had, if I had the link to some people's webcams and see what the hell they were doing on there, then maybe I might get more addicted. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because all these punks today now, they've got their. Am I right? All these. Maybe I don't think you got one though.
A webcam?
Yeah.
No, I'm not interested.
Well, of course not. You've already got your girlfriend. You got your hot chick there, and you don't need to be on, with some fantasy relationship with a webcam, which all these punks are doing these days. But again, like I said, nobody ever got a sexually transmitted disease from
cyber sex.
Anyway, here's the poll from yesterday. I hate to admit that I love porn. I still don't get that. 1,532 people. I guess there are a lot of embarrassed people out there. What? I don't get that, especially with our liberal, progressive, perverted audience. But then Josh voted for it, so what do you expect? I hate to admit I love porn, 425. I hate this poll, did very well, 233, 15.2%. That really hurts me badly. Not. I hate to admit I love Neil Rogers, 175. Antiques Roadshow, 117. Talk Radio, 109. Vanilla Ice Cream, 104. The Carpenters, 86. That was my vote. I love their music. Not too crazy about Richard Carpenter, and I'm certainly a Karen, not looking too good these days, but I love their music. Dog the Bounty Hunter, 73. Well, good luck to you. Musicals, 56. The Food Channel, 35. Home and Garden Shows, 22. Neil Sedaka, 18. Country Music, 17. MySpace, 17. And I'm not ashamed to admit it. I like it. I don't love it, but I do love it. No, I guess I do love it.
It's a craze, man. Yeah, it's a craze.
Well, I mean, the fact that I found my cousin's son on there, and I do know him. I mean, not well, but I had met him in Florida. He was down there with my very wealthy aunt, who is still alive, I find out. See, I got to find out about how my relatives are all doing by going on MySpace.
That's right. See, it's good for something.
It is. I hate to admit it, I love feet, 15. Got a lot of foot fetish people out there. They're sniffing it, and the feet, too. Road Rage, 14. Playing slots, 9. And cottage cheese. Oh, speaking of cottage cheese feet, 7. Wow. Or cottage cheese hips like Kirstie Alley. Disgusting, nasty slut. Uh-oh, what the hell's this? Firefox, what the hell's going on here? I just saw something on my computer. Firefox has downloaded and verified an important update.
That's no big deal. Just restart your Firefox or don't, and the next time you do it will be updated.
I'll do it right now. It's installing updates, and we'll start in a few moments. And there's Brady Quinn, like naked with his bathing suit on. Damn it. Anyway, see, if I would had links to find the naked pictures of Brady Quinn, then yes, I would be obsessed with MySpace or wherever the hell I would find him on there. But I'm not going to find that. Oh, it is amazing. Like you can type in, naked Angelina Jolie or type in shirtless this one or that one, and they're there,
Yeah, they're
pretty much.
fake, but not Angelina Jolie, but.
Well, when we got to get that video going of Miss USA and Miss Teen USA, when is that going to pop up?
Very soon.
Can you imagine if we put it out on the air that if we put it on our MySpace page, that we're on our website, that if you click to our MySpace page, we've got the video of Miss USA doing Miss Teen USA. We would just blow the whole thing out, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Overload. Overload, baby. But anyway, we don't have it.
This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you're listening to the Hockey Authority. Neil God.
Embarrassing, humiliating.
Rock solid.
Ooh, a presidential run. It might be fun. Are you gonna give it a try, Obama? Ooh, you make the voters run. Are you the one? Will we vote for the black guy, Obama? Never stop for rock. He's on top. It may be his time, but his name sounds like he's an Arab guy. Barack Obama.
All right. Well, I'm telling you, man, this whole deal is just life is just turned right around in 24 hours or less. How do you like that?
Look at that.
Don't I sound like my old self again now?
Yeah, you do.
Instead of depressed and psychotic and of course that's the problem with the internet, man. You don't know what you're dealing with out there. You don't know who's running and hiding and playing and it's one thing if somebody is playing with you, but if it doesn't feel good, it's not such a good idea. Here's the poll today. 851 votes on the poll. And I checked the mail on there. There's no new email. So I don't think we're going to get inundated. Are we?
I'll just wait for it. On
the MySpace page. Well, we've only got 871. It's not like we got thousands. We will eventually, though. I mean, can you imagine by the time I'm 90? Wow. No, I'm going to sign a lifetime deal. I'm going to continue working as long as I'm physically able and as long as they're willing to continue paying me this kind of money. Of course, cutting down the workload substantially. Well, no way I'm going to be working 5 days a week, especially like right after the New Year sounds good. Cut it back. Like about maybe 1 or 2 days every other week sounds good. Here's the poll, and boy, what a long poll question. Good. Every time I read it, it's going to kill some more good time. Over the years, by the way, thanks for the emails there, Moishi. You're good people. Things are, and I did send you a message, but you'll eventually get it. Over the year, now see, this is bad because now I'm sending personal messages over the air, like, which is not good.
Oh, it's great.
Is it? Yeah, you like it because you're nosy. You're a busybody.
No, I'm not worried. They are. They want to know what's going on.
Oh.
You've whipped them up with this whole personal thing.
Well, that whole personal thing is basically over. I mean, come to find out that this is a person who's in hiding and got all panicky when he discovered I knew certain things, and other people were like, and so, fine.
Right.
You can't hide. You can't hide all your life, Jay. I'm telling you right now, you can't do it. You can't live. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move to Vegas and sell insurance. What do you think?
Squat on that rock, man.
I'm going to squat on a rock, and I'll send a picture for our MySpace page. There's old Neil squatting on a rock. What's that behind old Neil there on the rock? Oh, my God. Well, when you get to be my age, you can't always control your bodily functions. In fact, I think Johnny G might have sent us a picture the other day that might give you an idea. Anyway, over the years, what person or persons at QAM has or have been, see how complicated this is? The subject of Neil's on-air ripping has been the most deserving. I mean, that's one of the most convoluted. But thanks whoever sent it in. It's not a bad poll, huh?
I think it's good.
Do you? But you think any poll is good, and I would agree with you. If we get any question on there that'll get some kind of response. The one tomorrow is pathetic. It's very weak. And you will be changing that later. Let's see if Eric, no, he didn't put on there yet. But that's okay. No pressure, Eric, no pressure. Which person's been most deserving of my ripping them an ass? Mo Howard, David, 325. Joyce Fitch, 200. Oh, brother. Now, that's a tough choice. Although, I've never met Joyce, even though I know she's unctuous and obnoxious and hates me like poison and will do anything in her power to screw up this show. So far hasn't succeeded really all that well. But anyway, she's in second. I would say the Mo Man. And you would agree with that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he was throwing a monkey wrench in everybody's life. Everybody's going to get fired because, listen here, when I do this and, whatever. I hate this poll, 83, 9.5%. They're unhappy with the poll, second day in a row, but not nearly as unhappy as they were yesterday. Greg Reed, 62, a very good choice. Deserving of just breaking this station into pieces and then going across the hall, making a comeback in Power 96 and trying to steal away Joe Bell's employees like Josh Cordes there. Now, is that finished or is that, what's the deal?
I don't know.
Oh, it's the QAM effing way, man. It just, the mystery and the intrigue goes on. See, whoever said it was, that this show turned into a soap opera a couple of weeks ago when I started with all this personal weeping and gnashing on the ear.
It's QAM Passions.
Right. I beg your pardon?
It's QAM Passions.
That's it, QAM Passions. Without Miguel. The Beasleys, 51. Yeah, they deserve it. Of course, when you're sitting most of your life in a tree strumming that banjo. The sales team, 37, such as they are. Steve Geldstein, 25. Panthers kicked the Leafs' ass last night, 7-3 right to the Air Canada Center. Gelding never called me to gloat about it. Screw Ann, 23, that bitch. Scott Farrell, 18. The engineering staff, 12. The Waternauts, I had a dream about Scott Farrell. Not like personal, I'm not getting that desperate. But I mean, I was doing this show, and all of a sudden his voice was starting to come from there, like he was in the studio, and it was like all these other people. It wasn't really a dream about him. That would be embarrassing. Scott Farrell, 18. The engineering staff, 12. The Water Nazi, 10. Not to be confused with the Soup Nazi. There is no Water Nazi. Don't mess with my log. Although she didn't say mess. I think it was a word that began with an F. The Water Nazi 10. Clarence 7. Well, you know, he and I have kind of like, we've got an understanding now. You notice how he stays out of there most of the time?
Yeah.
But he will be in... Oh, look at this! It's already almost 10:30, an hour from now. The ratings, 2/3 of the fall rating book will be coming in. That'll give us some numbers to kill some time with. Jeff Rimmer, 5. Robert Grieper, 5. You know, I will say this for Grieper, though. At least he was honest there because those guys were so impressed that he remembered J.P. Morgan. See, I'm sitting here and they're like trying to remember who was on the Gong Show, who that bull dyke, although they didn't realize she was a bull dyke. But and I said, J.P. Morgan, and right away Grieper is listening because I bet you he listens to a lot of our conversation in Q.
Well, he does. He's not going to turn you on or anything.
No, he couldn't, believe me.
That would ruin their show, you know.
He's not going to turn me on. I don't think he's going to turn anybody on. Claret 7, Jeff Rimmer 5, The Rim Man, Grieper 5, Jeff High spelled wrong 2, Fat Boy. For the audience who don't know Jeff High, that's our former fat sales troublemaker. And Mifo has got 1. I don't even know why we put him on there, Mifo. Jeff DeForest has got 1. We don't like you, by the way, Jeff. We don't want you on the station. Joe Bell doesn't want any part of you. 878 votes. So we'll get to that 1,000 today. It's not bad. And an hour from now, we got the ratings coming in. Let's hope everybody does really, really well. Wouldn't that be good?
Yes.
Just to piss off Greg Reed. Just to solidify Joe Bell, because Joe wants to sign me to a 5 lifetime contract. Even when I'm dead, I'm going to be doing the show. In fact, I'll be doing MySpace from my place, my special place underground. Because they built a studio in my apartment here, in my second bedroom. They could probably put like a microphone in my box.
Sounds good.
Yeah, mic in my box. And Brad Pitt can like stomp up and down on my tombstone.
What's in the box?
And do that routine, you know. He's, he doesn't do it for a long time.
That was
all
a great
these great guys, you think Brad Pitt is hot. He was once upon a time. He's way too old for me now. 1026 at 560. By the way, my friend Moishi is 25. We have people out there very curious about the kind of people that I'm hanging out with. My former email buddy there online, Jay, he was 32. And Moishi's 25, and who else am I? And Brady Quinn, I believe, is like 22 or 3, like that.
Don't forget about Harry, who's like, 80?
Harry's 180, so don't worry. Harry and I will not be doing any diddling anytime soon, not at least with each other. Although it looks to me like Harry is trolling the MySpace. Good going, Harry. In between your backgammon games, play some other games. What the hell am I about to read this stupid story for when I got to do a break here? Well, it's the euphoria of being back to myself again. Nice going, Neil, man. You're a survivor, baby. For an old fart like you, yeah. I am. 27 past 10 at 560 WQM for the last couple of weeks, and maybe it's partly because I'm taking Nature Bee. I feel like full of vinegar and all that other stuff that goes with it. With Nature Bee, when you wake up in the morning, you're more refreshed, alert, ready to take on another hectic, psychotic, neurotic day. And I'm not alone here at QM having great success with Nature Bee. The Big O has been using it for months.
Rock solid.
And I'm sure you're hearing him rave about it and singing its praises. Even Duff has taken it. There's a real girl for you. Duff was telling me last week he was on the verge of getting a cold that just about everybody's got, and he credits taking Nature Bee with putting a halt to it. Nipped it right in the bud, didn't get it. And a cold either. Just 2 golden capsules a day, and you're on your way to better health and vitality. Call toll-free right now, 1-866-834-8355. Order your 6-month supply and get an extra month free if you call right now. Plus, I made arrangements for you to try Nature Bee totally risk-free with the Neil money-back guarantee. If it doesn't work for you, you get the money back, period. So what's not to like? What's to lose? Call that toll-free number again right now and get that free month supply. 1-866-834-8355. That's a free month supply with your order. That's 1-866-835-8355. Go to the website, naturebee.com. Come on, be like me. Try Nature Bee.
The biggest names, the best talent. This is Neil Rogers.
Rogers God.
Latkes in here. Latkes. Oi. I need a little with a sprinkle of the Oi. Just get a little and then eat a little on my potato pancakes. A little and then eat a little I really like this dish a lot. It's delicious. My mother cooked them as dishes, coming right off the stove hot with steam. Top them up with applesauce and sour cream. And I'm eating, please believe it. Won't digest, I am straight feeding. Check it, got luck as it's hot with 4 seasonings. Must have tempted Adam in the Garden of Eden. They're all eating, everyone is grieving. I'm fiending. I need you to get up back to the store. Buy up some more potatoes. Cause I feel like busting loose and I feel like touching juice. And can't nobody stop Hebrews. So baby, tell me what's the use. So hey, I'm eating latkes.
That's the only thing I miss about Hanukkah is the potato latkes, man. Boy, I sure love those. I can't eat them, though, because they're like all carbs.
I like potato pancakes.
That's what potato latkes are, schmuck.
Oh, well, I'm not
See, this is what you get when you're dealing with Goyim, folks. He likes potato pancakes. I like latkes, you like pancakes. It's the same thing.
Whatever.
Now, I got to tell you something really amusing in kind of a sick way, and that is during the break I checked the MySpace mail. And guess who, a friend request, guess who it was? No, you wouldn't know. Don't even guess. It was a little boy. Like about a 4 or 5 year old boy. We're not so. I deleted that so fast that
you want to end up on Dateline.
I beg your pardon. Yeah, I don't want to be on Dateline. I'm not into little boys. Sorry, and we're not putting any little kids on our MySpace. Now, maybe it could have been legitimate. You know, maybe somebody kids are home for the holidays. Maybe it could have been somebody putting their but of course it obviously was not. Don't be putting no little boys or little girls or anything else on our MySpace page. We will come and hunt your ass down, and then you'll wind up selling insurance in Vegas out in the middle of the Red Rock, whatever that is, desert. 906 votes on the poll. So how was the soup? Lie about it, even if it wasn't good. Say, it was...
No, it was great, man. My seafood gumbo, I had a huge chunk of some... You know.
Yeah.
It was good.
Now, wait a minute. Was that live or was that memorized?
No, that was off the DCS.
Oh, it didn't sound like live one. Anyway... So that's good. So that's the original Soup Man, and they're opening at, let's see, noon today. Although it says here starting at 11:30, so don't pay any attention to that press release. Starting at 11:30 this morning, they're going to be giving away free samples and T-shirts, the first 100 people who show up, and then the grand opening officially will be this Friday, the 22nd, Eddie K's last day. Go and have some soup in honor of Eddie K. But anyway, they open today at 20475 Biscayne Boulevard in the Promenade Shops, and of course the reason I'm plugging it so heavy, not just because they brought you guys free soup, is because I'm a soup lover. I love my soup, man. And even you were saying the other day that, you show me a person that doesn't like a nice bowl of soup before a meal, and I'll show you somebody with really bad taste.
Yeah, I loves the soup.
What's not to like? And I tell you what I really like the best is my French onion soup. You know, places that make it really great.
Oh,
like at Pompano Park in the dining room.
Is that right?
Always. That's one of the best things ever. All these years, it's been consistently good with a thick cheese, on top.
Yeah, the French place I used to work at, best French onion soup in the world.
Where was that?
And on Sample in 441.
Well, did they have a name? I asked you this before, and for some reason...
It's called La Vie en Rose.
What is it?
La Vie en Rose.
La Vie en Rose?
That's right.
Is it still there?
Yeah, it's still there. I haven't been there in a while.
Well, that's great. Well, I'm going to have to try all these places out if I ever come back down
telling
here.
You, man, if that's not the best French onion you've ever had, I'll pay for it.
I'll be damned. And they have also very good at the Roots Chris, as a matter of fact. But nevertheless. 5670560. We're food intensive today. I got a big pile of stuff here, but you know something? It's the 20th of December. Who really cares, Well, we got all this excitement going on, and my life is back unscrambled again, and I got people running and hiding and squatting on rocks, and I got my buddy Moishi emailing me from some phone somewhere, God only knows where, and all kinds of stuff going on. And, of course, my good buddy Harry, he's probably in that backgammon tournament online right now. He's okay. He's a good guy. He means well. He's just a little bit too pushy, He's a pushy guy. WQAM, hello.
Is this Neil?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil, I was just thinking, how you say everybody... Take off speaker. You know how you say everybody's young on MySpace?
Yeah.
The old people should go to a new site called MyPlot, and they could not only, talk amongst themselves...
Yeah, come up plots on MyPlot. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so that's from a bored sales rep driving around with nothing better to do than listen to the radio.
Don't blame me. Okay, thanks a lot, Pally.
Take care.
If things get bad, you can always go sell insurance in Vegas. Always be on the lam, running and hiding and hiding and running and jumping and whatever. And, of course, boozing it up pretty good. Booze and broads and bongs, baby. That's what it's all about. 911 votes on the poll. 9/11, man. We are going to have that 1,000 before you can say, man, we sure ate a lot of food here this morning already. Good thing you're there and I'm here. For many reasons. The sun is shining. It is beauteous. In spite of the fact the Leafs really stunk the joint out last night and the Panthers kicked their ass 7-3. That was pathetic. I don't watch too much of it. In fact, I was on the phone with Norma Kent during a lot of that game, and he was giving me lots of really interesting information. I thought, well, thanks, Norma, by the way. See, because everybody I know, all of my real friends, they've been during these last couple of weeks trying to bring me back to a state of sanity and reality because of my juvenile and unacceptable and irrational online obsession,
Right.
And they did. They succeeded. But then, of course, when you find out that you were right in the first place and that you were being diddled along and that people are game players and that they're running and hiding, what are you hiding from, sweetheart? But anyway, 918 on the poll, although I do know what some people are hiding from. It's going to be 45, the sun is shining. It looks like a great Woodbine Wednesday to me, you know what? Now, I probably shouldn't say that because Harry will be mailing me any minute now. Oh, God, I thought I talked you off those slots, those stupid machines, man. No, I like it. I enjoy it. It's fun. Well, let me ask you this question, because I know you don't like it that much and you had a bad experience there because you don't have a lot of money. But do you think that I'm going to wind up...
That's not why I didn't like it.
Do you think I go there with the idea of I got to win some money today?
No, I know you like doing it. Whatever.
It's fun.
Something
it's fun
to
to
do.
me. Okay, everybody's got their own fun. Now, granted, there are other things I'd rather be doing, you know. I'm sure that there are probably some people of legal age there on MySpace. I'd probably rather be, you know, taking and escorting them by the hand into my bedroom and having my way with them and just, you know, having a wild time in the other room. And then maybe going to a Woodbine, you know. Or maybe doing both would be good, right to the machine. And believe me, in spite of what you think, I've seen plenty of people in there I would just, wow, like to have reached out and lend them a helping hand with their machine or whatever I could get my hands on. Wow. But you think it's all old farts in there. It's not. Well, but definitely it's not a place to be in there cruising for, you know, don't be doing that.
Don't worry.
Well, I mean, in your case, you probably got that girlfriend of yours is right on your shoulder. And let me just suggest this, too, because when these couples come in, you know, and you're playing the slots, if you want to stand behind your your significant other, you know, I'm just realizing it. I'm going to have to run in there and do a deuce here in a second, a Joyce.
Is that right?
I don't know why. Well, that's because I'm getting all the bad stuff out of my system for the holidays now.
We're the ones eating a lot of food over here.
Yeah, man, maybe that's it. Maybe I'm catching that from you. It's affecting my innards. Because I thought I was going to have one of those late life accidents in the chair right here now. Maybe it's because of what that other guy said about my plots. 918 on the poll. We'll get to that 1,000 easy today, even though it's not one of our... Well, it's okay. Even you said the poll was okay. I don't think anybody's going to catch Mo. No, Mo. He enjoys strictly with a two-ass race. Mo's got 347, Joy's 210. Most deserving. 20 before 11 at 560 WQM. That schedule, we got Curtis for the Mad Dog at 2. Power Hour with the Humper at 4, all by himself. Hank solo 5 to 7 this afternoon. Then you got Hurricanes warm-up at 7 o'clock. Hurricanes and Binghamton at 7:30. Oh, some college hoops, baby. Hurricanes and Binghamton, followed by Hurricane wrap-up after the game, then the Eddie K Show, his third to last show on QM. Best of luck, Eddie. Take care of yourself. We love you.
This is the most disgusting program. I urge everyone to complain to this station.
Yo, Jay. Wait.
This dude walked in, looking strange and kind of funny. Went up to the front with a menu and his money. He didn't walk straight, kind of side to side. He asked this old lady,
is this Kentucky Fried?
The lady said, yeah, smiling. He smiled back. He gave a quarter and an order.
Small fry.
Big Mac! You be illin'.
Yo, illin'. Don't you tell that kid, you be illin'.
Absolutely.
You be Ellen.
You won a ticket to the Dr. J. Front row seat, no pay. Radio in hand, snacks by feet. Game's about to start. Popcorn to the beat. You finally wake up. Doc's gone to town. Round his back, through the roof, and you scream, touchdown! You be Ellen.
You be Ellen. You be Ellen. You be Ellen.
The other day around the way, I seen you illin' at the party.
So I just looked you Ellen, drunk it in your left hand over body.
You went up to this fly girl and said,
Yo, can I get you stand?
she smelled your breath and then she left you standing in your
Ellen stand. You be Ellen.
You know what your problem is?
You be Ellen. Yo, Ellen. Tell that kid, you be Ellen. You be Ellen.
Oh my God.
Dinner, you ate it, there is none left. It was salty.
With butter, and it was death.
You proceeded to eat it, cause you was in the mood. But hope you did not read it was a can of dog food.
You be Ellen. You be Ellen. what you poppin' this week?
I'm dying out here.
10:49, 11 before 11, man. I'll tell you, this MySpace thing is taking off and finding all kinds of new dimensions, man. It's a hoot. It's a
you have a little episode there during the break?
What do you mean by that?
Usually you don't play that whole bit.
What do you mean by a little episode? What the hell does that mean?
Well, I figured you were busy, doing something on MySpace. You were like, I'll just play this song right here.
No, I felt like playing that.
Okay.
What's wrong with that? You don't like that?
I love that song.
874 friends on there, and not the little boy, though. He disappeared real fast, although he was followed very rapidly. It's almost like this is a test, of the MySpace emergency system to see how we can push Neil's buttons. They sure pushed the right one, I'll tell you that. Oh, man. Woo! Although I did get a response from my cousin's son, my nephew, whatever he is, who's a good guy. He's 29, by the way, for the crazy people out there. And then we got one of the last 3 new members on our MySpace page. His name is Well, he doesn't. Well, he does, I'm sure, have a name, but it's just, You know what I'm saying? H-U-H, question mark. And, yeah. He's a high school senior. He's been listening since he was 14. He's 17 years old. And unfortunately for me, really, really looks good. But nevertheless, all you people out there, he's right there on our page. And if you want to go to jail like Miss Kamal, go right ahead. I will give a response, but of course it'll be very measured and very cautious and not too friendly. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's 10 before 11 at 560. Why did you get me into this MySpace thing, Miguel, you idiot? Good golly, Miss Molly. Well, but at least it's better to have somebody, who looks good on there as opposed to some of these mouth-breathing. I mean, we can't all look great, right? Look at me, for example. 567-0560, and pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing? This is Ricky.
Pretty good,
What's
sir.
up? How you doing?
Good.
I was just want to know the Jacob update, if he's working for the Tart Pines Pickle Penis Pumps.
567-0560 and pound 560. No, actually, he's selling insurance in Vegas is what he's going to be doing one of these days, years, whatever. He's running and hiding and hiding and running, whatever. Now that I got my friend, on there. Oh, man. Wow. I can see, talking about being, this is a whole different category from what the hell I was going through. But this is I can see that there could be people on there, and who the hell knows who you're dealing with? Who the hell knows if it's really the person that claims it's them? They could be using somebody else's picture. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah? I told you there was somebody posing as me.
Really?
I believe he's a friend of yours on the site.
A friend of mine? Oh, you mean one of our, a friend of mine. I love the way you say that. See, this word friend, with this MySpace thing, oh, you have 874 friends. Yeah, you should live so long that all these people are friends, as I discovered. But nevertheless. 567-0560, here's the poll result so far, because I know that's the most pressing thing on your mind. Now, every break I'm going to be, checking on that thing, and you're going to turn me into, a neurotic MySpace person. But I will be, like I told you, extremely cautious, okay? Because number one, I'm not like a fish in the sea. I don't bite at jailbait. I don't bite on that. Number one, and number two, I'm not interested in little boys or little girls or little anything. The only thing little I care about is attached to my body. 955 votes on the poll over the years. Which person or persons at QM have been the subject of Neil's on-the-air ripping? Who deserved it the most? Mo Howard David is leading by far, 359. Joyce Fitch rhymes with bitch, 215. And after that, I Hate This Poll 92, Greg Reed 68, the Beasleys 59, the sales team 40, Geldy Geldstein's got 29, didn't even invite me to dinner. Screw Ann 24, Scott Farrell 19, the engineering staff 14, the water Nazi. There is no water Nazi and don't mess with my log. She had 10. She's gone. Clarence 8, Robert Grieper 6. Hey Grieper, nice job with that JP Morgan answer. Idiot. Jeff Rimmer, the Rimman 5, I got rid of him. Jeff High 5, we also got rid of his fat ass. And Jeff Mefo DeForest, Mefo to Money 2. And of course the one thing about Injun, Defo.
Injun Killer.
See, I blew that whole line there. Well, I'm emotional now. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
So I'm looking for I can't find him. You must be writing messages to him. I take it.
I'm not writing messages to anybody. I'm doing a show here. I don't have time to be writing messages to people. I mean, what are you talking about? I'm going to write a message to some hot-looking 17-year-old kid that just showed up on MySpace, coincidentally, right after some little boy showed up on there? Like I'm really that stupid, huh? Give me a little bit of credit, okay? Mm-hmm. I will say this, whether I write a message or not, he sure looks damn good to me, I'll tell you that. But I'm not stupid, no. Although I will be in town soon. Oh, man. This opens up a whole new dimension for all the teasers of the world out there of both sexes. Oh, man. Just put a real sultry-looking picture of yourself on there saying, hey, how you go? How you doing? Like that. And people will be getting spastic all over the place. Expert says machine setup caused the Sarasota undervote. An MIT political science professor who is an expert on election systems testified yesterday that it is statistically unlikely that nearly 13% of Sarasota voters chose not to vote in the Southwest Florida congressional race, that one that we all know was fixed and a bunch of BS. A more likely conclusion to explain the unusually high undervote is that something went wrong in the preparation of voting machines, the expert Charles Stewart told a judge during a hearing over whether Christine Jennings' campaign can get access to computer codes used to program the electronic touchscreen voting machines, man. We had some bad machines, man. Stewart testified for the plaintiffs that confusion over ballot design seemed an unlikely explanation because far more confusing ballots, confusing like you look at it and you go, huh? Such as the infamous Palm Beach County butterfly ballot from 2000 have had much lower vote error rates. Lawyers for makers of the voting machines, election systems, and software encountered that Stewart's testimony counted as speculation, noting that there were higher undervote counts, for example, in the Attorney General's race in neighboring Charlotte County on the same machines, man. State officials have declared Republican Vern Buchanan the winner over Jennings by less than 400 votes out of more than 238,000 cast in the race to replace the unctuous vote-fixing Representative Katherine Harris in Congress. But 12.9% of voters in Sarasota County didn't record a vote in the race, far more than the 2 to 6% of voters in other counties in the congressional district who appear to have skipped the Jennings-Buchanan race. Bada beep, bada boop, bada. In other words, can you say fixed election? Fixed. Yeah, I think you need to be really very wary about this. And especially an old fart like me. I'm sure that all the punks out there, they've been through the ropes. You know what I'm saying? They've smelled it and sniffed it and checked it out, and they know what it's all about.
Huh?
You are really bad. Well, let's see. Did he show up as one of our friends yet?
I don't know. You going to look through them all?
No. Well, what do you mean by that? Don't the most recent ones show up on the most recent page? And believe all you perverts out there, leave our friends alone, okay? I mean, if you want to be friendly, that's one thing. Unless you want to, maybe you can go up there and make license plates with Miss Kamal, some of you perverts. Well, how the hell do we know where they show up? Or don't they show up in an order like that? No, they don't, I guess. Well, you'll have to do a search, Just keep looking and looking and looking. I'm sure some of you probably will. 10:56 at QAM.
The Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain. Any questions?
Well, my friends, the time has come. My doctor gets real drunk. On the highway, she swerves to and fro, while the sirens play on, play on. Drugs are just a thing, I say in advance. You see her coming, run real fast. She going to smoke up the ganja, get under, arrest her. Hey Nicole, sing along. DUI, 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 DUI. Here comes a SUV, that's to get out of the street. DUI, DUI. She's got her bad drug manners, stealing her out of the slammer. DUI, my oh my, she can't drive.
Uh-oh, that thing's ending, and I'm right in the middle of sending a very important message. You have messed up my life, Miguel. Go find him and beat him with a club.
All right.
Oh, you're not eating more food again, are you?
No.
Huh?
I'm done, man.
Oh. Stutter McGill says, can I be a friend in your MySpace? We're up to 875 friends now, by the way. This thing, didn't I tell you before the show today, it kind of like grows exponentially, and the site too?
Yes.
It just keeps growing and growing, and it's just like, like that. It's just amazing. I can remember when we had like 500-600 people.
It just keeps getting bigger.
Yeah, you said it, Jennifer. I wonder how Jennifer Rem is doing. You wouldn't know. You don't know all these people.
No.
She's a nice person. She's great. See, unlike a lot of the people you've met in this business who are real a-holes, she was a sweetheart. Loved Jennifer a lot. Hope happy holidays, Jennifer. Jennifer Ram and Terry Griffin and all of our other friends. We have so many. And, of course, Pete the Board Op Chronic, who called yesterday. Anyway, it says, hey, Neil, can I be a friend in your MySpace? This is Stuttering Gil. Poll idea. How soon will the Julios return to Cuba after Castro dies? Yeah, right. Likely story. Likely story. So I got another message on there from my close personal friend, who is certainly not the 4-year-old boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy, what? Hey, listen, listen, anybody
he's
that's
not inviting you over to the house or anything, right?
No, he's somewhere in Florida. He's very evasive, and I am writing to him that's a very good idea, that anybody who looks like that, the more evasive, the better. I'm just telling you right now, man, this is like taking a stick of dynamite, lighting it on fire, and sticking it right up your rectum. You know what I'm saying? So be very, very wary, because you don't know who you're dealing with on the other end. You know, you have no idea. Because there are a lot of really crazy people out there, as you well know. But nevertheless. WQAM, hello.
Well, friend.
WQAM, hello.
Neil, you don't give me a chance. You never.
That's right.
Me.
You're right. I didn't, and I won't. Nobody wants to give you a chance. That's why you have.
I have no life.
No life. Pathetic. Hey, listen, Castro's going to be dead any minute now. You can get on a banana boat and go back. 567-0560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular wireless line. We're making incredible strides into the 21st century, boys and girls. We're starting to in fact, this is going to be the hippest show in the history of the human race with a 64-year-old doddering old fart host. How do you like that? That's right. A documentary says French special forces had Osama bin Laden in their sights twice about 3 years ago, but their U.S. superiors never ordered them to fire. The French military, however, said that the incidents never happened and the report was erroneous information. Right. The documentary, due to air next year and seen by Reuters yesterday, says the troops could have killed the al-Qaeda leader in Afghanistan, but the order to shoot never came, possibly because it took too long to request it. Oh, are we on top of things or what? Not. In 2003 and 4, we had bin Laden in our sights. The sniper said, I have bin Laden, an anonymous French soldier is quoted as saying. The documentary Bin Laden, The Feelings of a Manhunt is by journalist Emmanuel Razavi and Eric de Lavrin, some frog name, who have worked for several major French media outlets in Afghanistan. A cable TV channel plans to air the documentary in March. In March? Gee, that would be the 1-year anniversary of somebody's DUI. Razavi said the soldier took them roughly, and then you're supposed to say, huh? No, didn't have no deal, I don't think. I don't know. I don't know that much about,
Oh, you're gonna.
Why do you say that?
Oh, I just got a feeling.
Now let me seriously, let me ask you a question. Because I have nothing but revulsion for all these pedophiles that seek out minors online. Because, you know, if your taste run like little kids, then you ought to, probably blow your brains out, you know. But if your taste runs to, like Miss Foley, for example, you know, why did he have to be chasing down 16-year-old pages? Why couldn't he have gone after people who were, legal? Although I will say, evidently, from what we hear, he was, he was grooming them when they were, 16 and 17. Then when they got to be 18, when they got to be legal age, then he was doing them. You know, grooming and doing and grooming. Yeah, that's right. That was Mark Foley going, I wonder what he would think of. Oh, I wonder what any self-respecting queen would think. I know what they would think. Hey, it's just for fun, man. It's just for fun. But what I'm saying is that it's obvious to me now how it's so easy to get sucked in. That's a bad expression there, but nevertheless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who the hell knows what you're dealing with? And this to me, the timing of it, not that I want to insult anybody, because I just don't know, but it just seems very strange. Oh, and speaking of 73% of U.S. military members would accept openly gay and lesbian service members being in their units, according to a new poll released by Zogby International and the Michael D. Palm Center. Over 1 in 5 respondents to the survey said they know for certain that somebody in their unit is gay or lesbian. Over 1 in 5 respondents to the survey said they know for certain that someone in their unit is gay or lesbian.
You fairy.
The survey was conducted at both combat and non-combat units, according to a statement issued by the Service Members Legal Defense Network and obtained by Page 1Q. We know what the Q stands for. Today's poll is one more nail in the coffin of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, said C. Dixon Osborne, Executive Director of Service Members Legal Defense Network. He said in a statement, the survey included over 500 troops who served in Iraq and Afghanistan. 45% of... Now, can you imagine, knowing the number of perverts that we have listening out there, how many of them are scouring our MySpace page right now looking for, Can you imagine that?
Well, how about giving out the URL, since a lot of people, I'm sure, aren't even MySpace they don't have MySpace profile.
MySpace.com/Neil God.
There you go.
That's all you got to do. Well, we have a nice link to it on our Neil Rogers page on neilrogers.com. Although it's right above Al Gore's picture. It's way down there, way under the poll, though. I was looking at that this morning thinking, boy, that's way... Maybe Eric ought to move that baby. You think he can do it? Can you do that?
No, I can't do that.
But Eric can move the link. Yeah, move it up in a real prominent position. We can get 80 million people on MySpace and then get in all kinds of trouble. Hey, listen, there's no law against looking, okay? When I look at some of these people, I say, just like Miss Foley. Like that. What's wrong with that? I mean, even Jimmy Carter had lust in his heart. Did he say that?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. He had lust in his heart. And you show me any person that doesn't have lust in their heart, I'll show you somebody that's dead. I don't care what anybody says. All these liars out there, all these goody two-shoes, all these, oh, well, I'm a happily married man. Well, that's great. I'm happy for it. But you still got lust in your heart. Especially if you're married to some nagging old bag. The survey included over 500 troops who served in Iraq and Afghanistan. 45% of veterans of those wars indicated that although they were not certain there was a gay or lesbian member of their unit, they suspected that there was. They can't be sure, but there's a lot of looking in the showers. You know what I'm saying? A lot of real, yeah. The survey responses represented a dramatic change from 93 when 13% of service members said they supported the rights of gays and lesbians to serve openly in the military. I may not be reading well today. I'm a little bit tongue-tied for some reason. Oh, man. Woo! I just can't believe this show. I just cannot understand what... Have you noticed the turn that we've made here the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, a little bit.
We've taken a turn, and I think it's a big improvement, too, you know. I could be wrong about that. Maybe some of the old farts out there. We don't want to hear about all of this disgusting sexual and of course, what do they know about the Internet, you know?
Right.
Some of those old fuddy-duddy people refuse to come into the new, you know.
That was fun.
See, I feel bad for the humper because he'd at least work off some calories tapping on the, on the keyboard. You know what I'm saying? He's just stubborn. I don't know. Maybe he's not anymore because I haven't talked to him in quite a while. But do you think that he's doing computer stuff now? And maybe, of course, Larry King, you know, who doesn't do the Internets because, with all those buttons and stuff, you know, punching buttons. And, of course, in Larry's case, when he's holding his suspenders up with one hand and using the other to, like, squeeze his bag, you know, it's kind of hard to get involved in all this stuff. You know what I mean? Huh? 567-0560 and pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular wireless line. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello. Kasahoys. Okay. I wonder if the art of Yiddish is dying, as a matter of fact. That was not Yiddish, that was Hebrew, of course. He's davening in Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai, Barei pri ha'gofen. Oh, boy, that one looks pretty good to me, or whatever it is.
Nice.
Close enough.
Oh, man. It sure is. WQAM, hello.
You know, I'm sick of people complaining about whether there's a Christmas tree or a menorah. I'm not even religious, and I'm getting a tree. I'm going to celebrate just because it's fun and positive. And I think
just to piss off all the militants out there. You go, boy. Have a good whatever. Go away. This thing is not real sharp anymore. This box may have to be replaced. Sometimes your box gets old and it don't function well, and then you've got to replace it. That's what I'm discovering. Anyway, I think I've been born again. I might just get a Christmas tree, too, although, you know, I don't want the religious part of it, but just to celebrate the holidays, because I feel like I have had a re-injection of life and something in my veins now, you know what I mean?
Now you got to buy gifts for those people.
No, I'm not buying any gifts for strangers, okay? And I ain't got somebody I can put in my will. Oh, see, the first time was sincere, you know, isn't a friend, somebody. Forget about friend, okay? Who the hell needs any friends? I got plenty of friends. I don't need any more friends. I just need... What do you think? I haven't finished my message here. Maybe I ought to just mention that in passing. And I can just see now. And Neil leaves $1 million to... Huh? Who is somewhere in Florida. And is probably just a whole... I don't know. I have no idea. And unless I find out, the better it'll be. It just makes more fun. Just keep it a mystery, you know what I'm saying? Isn't that the safest way?
Yeah, that's better for you.
Keep it all a big mystery. 12 minutes past 11. I better get on the phone to Norma, okay? Change my will more often than some people change their underwear, including most of our listeners. Hey, if you want to take good care of your feet, and we found out that we have a bunch of people in the audience who have got like a foot fetish out there. So if you got a foot fetish, make sure your feet are really in top-notch condition. Because you never know when somebody might come along, want to give them a little squeeze, a little sniff, whatever. Brandy's carries all the top brands like Florsheim, Echo, Mephisto, Rockport, Hush Puppies, New Balance, all the other name brands in all sizes for men and women, and they even carry wide widths and hard-to-find sizes. Wow. Amazing how easy I am, you know? Go see our good buddy Arnie at Brandy's. He'll make sure you get the right fitting shoes for your feet at the right price. Brandy's, you'll find them at 1290 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach, right between Atlantic and Copans on the east side. You can't miss it. Brandy's is open every day for you, Monday through Saturdays till 9, every Sunday till 5. And this week, Brandy's, of course, wishes everybody a happy holidays and invites you to come in and see all the new 2007 styles from Sperry, SAS, Rockport, Echo, Florsheim, all the other top brands that you know and love. So be sure to get your ass into Brandy's this week or do your shoe shopping right online at brandysshoes.com.
The biggest names, the best talent. This is Neil Rogers.
Hit 'em and say cheese.
All right.
Police got my butt. Police got my butt. Police got my butt. Oh yes, and I had quite a lot. Police got my butt. Police got my butt. But that's alright with me, 'cause it was sprayed with paraquat. I wanna wish them a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish them a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish them a Merry Christmas while they're smoking all of my pot. I wanna wish them a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish them a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish them a Merry Christmas while they're smoking all of my pot. Police got my butt. Police got my butt. Police got my butt. They confiscated all I got. Police got my butt. Police got my butt. Police got my butt. They busted me in a parking lot. I wanna wish them a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish them a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish them a Merry Christmas while they're smoking all of my pot.
11:19 at 560 WQAM, where all of a sudden for the holidays becoming MySpace intensive. I think it's Josh's fault, not Miguel. I think you're the one who put him up to this.
Huh.
Well, no, during the break I was answering a couple of, aside from that one.
Oh, I know you
a couple
were.
of other. What?
Huh?
You are bad. I bet you haven't even found that picture yet. Not that you would care, of course, being the firmly heterosexual male that you are, but nevertheless. You'll be looking for it. I just know that. And I think a lot of other people will be, too, just out of curiosity. Don't respond to any of those people, whoever you are, which I think, who knows. Is it real or is it Memorex? Don't respond, because these people are all a bunch of preverts. I told him, I said, you're probably a maggot magnet. And then I changed it. I said, or do I mean a faggot magnet? But nevertheless, I think the second one was correct. 567, and I can see now. I got a message on there from some guy. Well, I got one couple there. They want to get out of Florida, and they want me to suggest some places to move to, like upstate New York somewhere. Don't go to upstate New York, okay, unless you're crazy people. And I'm sure they want me to say, oh, go to Rochester, okay? Then you can hop on the bus and you can come up to Toronto and you can buy me dinner or something like that. Maybe I'll leave you in my will. Huh? 567-0560 and pound 560 on the Verizon. And I noticed that has got a couple of interesting young ladies on there. One of them much too young, by the way. Well, maybe not for him. She's 15, in California.
That's the underage scene right there.
I beg your pardon?
That's the underage scene.
Yeah, the underage scene. Well, he's 17 and she's 15, and that means we need to be nosing out of their business because we're old perverts are looking in there. But it's just, like I said, it's just a picture. It's just for fun. But the one guy that sent me a message, he said, this is like crack cocaine. MySpace. He said it's the crack cocaine of the Internet. And I'm just in this last half hour or whatever, I'm beginning to understand why. I mean, how, this whole Dateline thing, I started to talk about that before I get interrupted because you made me all emotional. You kept saying, huh? But that whole business, as much contempt as I have for those guys, and it's so easy to entrap people on this thing. Am I right?
Yeah.
Wow. Just easy to get all locked in, and you're just like, look at that. And, and of course people are writing you back what they know that you want to hear, and they're encouraging you and egging you on, if I can say that. And then all of a sudden, oh, sorry, it's Chris Hansen or whatever his name is from Dateline. Well, 5670560, pound 560 on the... See, I did open up a Pandora's box because I'm not going to turn my life into a MySpace nerd and sit here all day tapping out messages to all these people. I mean, we've got, 80 million members by now. The thing is growing like crazy. Isn't that amazing?
Mm-hmm.
And all these people are like living and breathing under the age of 100 people. That's the amazing part. In fact, let me take a look and see what we got in there. How many members? 876 now. Pretty good. See, if we'd have gotten to this heavy duty like a couple of weeks ago, we could have made 1,000 by the end of the year. But we're not going to do that. Now it's already the 20th of December. Maybe we can get to 900 by the end of the year. Isn't that a good goal to set?
Yeah.
Let's get to 900 by the end of the year. And hopefully a lot of them will look just as good as some of the other ones. Wow. See, who needs all the stress and grief when you got people like that in the world? WQAM pervert line, hello. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir?
I'm excellent.
Good. I got a big favor to ask of you.
Uh-oh.
I have a cousin who's going to be called up with the next shipment to go to Iraq.
Yeah.
And he's kind of bummed out about it. I asked him, I told him I would call you up and ask you if you could play a bit for him.
Okay.
I had asked for it a couple weeks ago, but you guys...
I got very upset and hung up and slammed the phone down.
No, you didn't know which one I was talking about.
Oh, well, I still probably won't.
Well, I'll try. It's the one where the United States turns over control of Iraq to the Iraqis with Paul Bremer and the Iranian guy who says, hey, kick back, we got a nice place for you here in the green zone.
Oh. I have no idea what that is, and George didn't either, and he's got like a photographic memory for that stuff. I don't know.
Well,
how will we know when we got that? That's not the one, though, is it?
No, it's one where he starts out saying, this is a great day for two countries, us and Iraq.
Well, how long ago was I playing that?
Maybe 6 months ago.
Oh, well, I'll do a little backward detective work and see
if
if I
you can find it. That'd be great.
Okay, good luck to you, Pally.
Bye.
Thanks. 567, I mean, he's asked for that, and I would be glad, I'd be ecstatic to play it. I just don't have any idea what it is. Do you? I'm sure you don't.
No.
Tell you, what do you know from these bits? It is amazing, though, with George, and, of course, Chicken Neck, he might know, although I doubt it.
What do you mean? I love the bits. What are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying, you don't have the photographic memory like George does for what the names of them are. In fact, a lot of times I play them, and even I don't really remember what the name. We got 1,020 votes on the poll already. What a banner day this is. I've recovered my sanity. Our MySpace page is smoking, baby. It's hotter than a witch's tail. And we got 1,020 votes on the poll 5 days before Christmas Day. That is a major accomplishment. I'm going to pat myself on the back, and I decide I'm going to work until I croak in a couple of weeks. I'll tell you one thing. If I keep looking at that picture, I am going to croak much sooner than that. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Well, it just you know exactly what I mean. That we all are what we are. Like, wait a minute. No, I don't see any new messages on there. Okay, that's good. Give me a chance to calm down here a little bit. There's upstate New York. Oh no, I see. You want me to read the message on the air? It would be because it doesn't have a name affixed to it. Okay.
Of course. Let's go.
And I wrote him the message about just be careful because you look like a faggot magnet. And he said that's why I do it. My profile is set to private. So I have to approve anything who wants to view my page or message me or comment on my page. That's how I keep the lurkers away, he says. Good thinking, Pally. The reason I only post my picture is because I know people steal pictures from other pages and pose as others like Josh. In other words, posing as you. He's not knocking you. Don't take it personal.
No, I know.
Said happened to him. I find MySpace to be boring and sometimes full of fake people. Oh, yeah, that's right, huh? But it's entertaining. Your show is great, and I'm in a house of right-wingers, so it's great to hear the other side of what's going on in the world from your show. Always, anyway, enough babble, he says. Thanks for the compliments and laughs, especially the last few minutes. I'm not a will stalker. Oh, I'd leave him in my will, I'll tell you that, sight unseen. If I, that's how easy I am. See, I knew people that were like all, including you. The other thing was an emotional thing, man. You just didn't get it, and neither did my close former friend there, who's the one that's running and hiding and selling insurance in Vegas. Who the hell needs that crap when you got somebody like this? I think this could be a real person. What do you think?
I don't know. Could be a front.
Or a bat.
The biggest names, the best talent. This is Neil Rogers.
Gay.
Absolutely.
Getting that straight, Mark Foley's a hobo.
Yes.
Another fine Republican, moralist queer-ho. Raymond Neocon had to resign, yeah. Was it worth the career of this Christian bride? Did it feel that right? Nonsense, yeah. That teenage days look good. Young Republican, a loyal patriot, like Bush with a W. It's a bad. It's fun, you're done, phony Mark Foley.
You fairy.
For having too much fun with smooth controlling. Jesus, Charlie Christ can't be far behind now. He's just a moral, pounder, pounder, pounding back. He's just another Bush. Loyalist, Republican, Democrat, the flag, button, on his booth,
And don't forget, it's just a matter of days before the new governor, Charlie Crist with a limp wrist, gets sworn in. Anyway, I got new wallpaper on my desktop.
Oh, boy.
That's what I'm saying. Now, why do you say that? Why are you so negatory, huh?
Is he squatting, too?
No, he's not. I don't know. Just he's sitting in a restaurant somewhere. Huh? Some restaurant. I don't know. He's my new wallpaper. My good, close personal friend now. Now, see, this is good because this is somebody I have never met, never will meet, and see, this is fun if you keep it in perspective, and hopefully I will, although you never know. You know how emotional we all are. And it makes me sit here thinking about the good-looking young people in the world. And on the one hand, you curse them because you say, boy, you're all a bunch of teases, man. You like to flaunt it and stick all your beautiful good looks in our face. And then on the other hand, you think, yeah, but what the kind of a world would it be without those people? And that latter one, I think, is much more important to me. Like in Berlin, man, oh, man, the people there, wow. It's just enough to make you want to drop your pants right there in the coup-down. But nevertheless, it's 11:34, which means they're giving away stuff at the original Soup Man in Aventura. So you guys, now they brought the soup and the Char Hut brought the burgers.
Right.
Boy. And here I'm the one that had to go and do a joist there during one of those breaks a half hour ago. Wow.
Well, you were joicing. We were.
No, actually right now, thanks to all this MySpace stuff, I'm rejoicing. Isn't that what we're supposed to do during these holidays? Rejoice?
That's right.
And have a real time? Giving away free samples at the original Superman Aventura starting 4 minutes ago. They're doing it right now. T-shirts to the first 100 people who show up. The grand opening will be Friday. If you're a soup lover like I am. Now, see, I'm curious. What else do they have? I mean, is it a place where it's like a regular restaurant and soup? Or
no, yeah, they have wraps, salads, smoothies.
They're wrapping
I believe. Hold on, let me go over here and get a menu.
That would be a good idea since they brought you all that. Yeah, see, they're wrapping it. I already played that. You be Elon. I might just play that the whole rest of the show while I converse with some of my friends online.
But yeah, they got soup. They got soup. They got sandwiches, wraps, smoothies, the whole shebang.
A whole shebang. Anyway, it's at 20475 Biscayne Boulevard in the Promenade Shops, the original Soup Man Cafe, and it was, based on the Soup Nazi on Seinfeld. I wonder if Mike, what's his name, is going to be showing up there. Richards. That was bad. I shouldn't have said that, but I did. Just a little joke, okay? If you can't handle a joke, you shouldn't be listening to the show. If you're too serious, if you're sitting around listening in your underwear and getting all worked up, you know. And there are some people doing that right now. They're sitting around by the radio. They got a cranked up reel. Oh, I heard him say, I know what he's thinking. Yeah, right. You don't know what I'm thinking. You think you know what I'm thinking, but you know what I'm thinking. And I'm glad that some people don't know what I'm thinking because they get off of that page real fast.
Hey, now, do you want the ratings are starting to come in? You want everything?
I forgot all about that.
You want everything?
Huh?
You want everything? Like, I got men 18 plus. Do you?
You got them now?
That's what I got right now.
Now, who brought it in? Clarence, was he smiling or frowning?
No, it's your boy Grieper. He brought him in.
Oh, Grieper. Well, of course, in his case, how the hell could you tell? If I've told him once, I've told him 5 times. Get a little bit of emotion in his life, but nevertheless. Yeah, it was somewhat whatever he got. I got a lot of fax paper over there. It'll kill some really good time and allow me to converse with all my good, close personal friends on my MySpace page. This is just, I mean, who the hell would have ever thought that an old toad like me, and haven't I said a million times, what?
I could have thought.
What? Not would be on a MySpace thing, and
yes.
we'd have
I'm
this
telling
on
you,
this
people
show?
become obsessed with the MySpace.
No, I'm not saying I'm obsessed yet. Oh, there's Harry again. Oh, and by the way, Harry, stay away from Ha, okay? Hey, listen, Ha, if Harry approaches you, stay away. He's an old fag. Maybe that's not the Harry. Oh, this is not the Harry from Detroit. I'm Wisconsin Harry, not Detroit here. Well, I don't know about Detroit, Wisconsin Harry. Just sent you a bulletin of, I see that, cute. The thing from SNL about the, in a box. The balloon in a box, I guess we can say that.
Right.
Balloon in the box thing. Anyway, he said, this place is a tad slummish. I don't understand what he says. That place, Detroit, is a tad slummish, right. Thanks for the memory, says Harry. So this is Wisconsin Harry, not to be confused with the other Harry. Got it? So if Harry the backgammon guy contacts you, I would just, I would dump his ass real fast. Run into the desert and squat. Maybe we can get pictures of Huss squatting on in Red Rock Canyon. Now, that'd be a big improvement, I'll tell you that. Now, let's see. Oh, these are the ratings coming in right now. Let's see. Men 18 plus, 6 a.m. to midnight. This is first indication, okay? Oh, no, really bad. Radio Mambi, that means all the old Julios. No speaking English, got all the diaries. From number 4 in the summer to number 1 in this trend, September, October, November, 2/3 of the fall book, Radio Mambi. But again, that's all old. Oh, look at that, QM. Nice jump up there. Look at that. 2.7 in the summer, a 3.5 in this trend, up from a 3 in the last trend. Isn't that nice? That's overall, of course.
Very nice.
We went from 18th to number 9. And that's why Grieper brought him in. We're number 9 in men overall. No bonus money for that, though. But then again, this isn't the whole book. If we get a big December, and of course, now that we got all these living and breathing people out there on MySpace, at your place, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be damned. In spite of the lack of promotion by the Beasley corporate lunatics, we're still building our own audience and our own MySpace page, one listener at a time. Got 876 friends out there, some more important than others, of course. I guess I'm going to have to get Chicken X to do me several drop-ins, like that, you know. And I'll be going,
Well, there's that one that he did for me. Remember?
What's that?
Where it's supposed to be me.
Oh yeah. There's. Oh, yeah! All right! Woo! Couple more times. To the West Coast. Anyway. Okay, let's not get off on that tangent because it sounds awfully fey and awfully embarrassing. I've had enough personal embarrassment on the show of my own making, by the way. I have no regrets the last couple of weeks. It's just called being honest with yourself. You know what the hell do I care? Because I've told you this one thing before. I don't live my life based on what other people think. I just do it. I just tell it like I see it, and I live my life as I view it, and that's it. Anybody don't like it, that's for you, including you, Joyce, and any other deranged individuals out there. Okay, let's look at the morning. I bet you Kenny and Bo are kicking ass. Their show has been really a big improvement lately because they're talking very little sports and talking about a lot of sex. Radio Mambi, number 1 in the morning in men 18 plus with a 6'4". Does anybody believe that?
No.
Old Julios, man, in Domino Park. If they were smart, they'd be playing backgammon. They're playing dominoes. Hot 105 dropping, they're tied for first with a 6'4" in men. WXDJ FM, more no speaking English. Radio Amor, no speaking English. We haven't got a chance. How the hell do we even compete in a market where nobody's speaking the English? Big dropped from a 6 in the summer to a 5.3. That's Ron and Old Paul. That's Ron, who spends a lot of time on his MySpace page, too, by the way. CNQFM, no speaking English, is 6 with a 4.5. Then EDR. I'm looking for us. QBA. All these ethnic stations. Audio Ritmo. Wow. IOD from a 3.5 down to a 3.3. And QM in the morning, we went from a 1.7 in the summer to a 2.7. Oh! Let's hear it for Kenny and Bo and Toast and Nose Goyam. From 19th to 13th to a 2.7 in the morning.
All right.
And what about across the street? We can't read the ratings without mentioning about them, even though I think they're basically out of business. Chris was telling me that they really need help. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
He said they suck over there. Although they went up a little bit in the morning from a 2.2 to a 2.4. Joe Rose got rid of his 2.2, and now he's wearing a 2.4, a 2x4. So that ain't much. And audio, what about Scare America? Are they even still on the air after their bankruptcy? They went from a 1.4 to a 2.2. Look at that. They're moving from 23rd to 18th. So we did okay there in the morning, and then we'll see what happens in the midday after the break while I check out, some things online here. Well, look, I'm going to be a busy guy if I'm going to be able to keep up with all this action, you know what I'm saying? Action on our website.
The biggest names, the best talent. This is Neil Rogers.
Mason, you're on QAM.
We don't have any National Guardsmen because they're all fighting a war in Iraq right now.
Not the National Guard.
Pardon?
Not the National Guard.
No National Guard in Iraq?
Not. There's no National Guard. No.
Jumped in the taxi cab, I said, driver, Central Park. He looked at me so quizzically, I could tell he was in the dark. So I acted out my park charade, and with my arms the trees I made. Nobody speaks English anymore. I went down to Miami Beach where the weather is nice and sunny. I walked into a liquor store, but the guy there talks real funny. So I asked him for a pint of old Jim Beam. He says, "No entiendo." What does that mean? Nobody speaks English anymore. At the corner deli. Hell, I think I'm in Pakistan. Speak English, smelly. Or you can go back to Iran. I came here many years ago. Learned my ABCs. I don't say muchas gracias. I say pretty please. So get yourself to a classroom quick. You're in America now. Stop making me sick. Nobody speaks English anymore.
Here's my suggestion. If there's any touristas out there who might be accidentally finding our show, if you're driving around town, you stop at a gas station, convenience store, and you can't understand what the hell these people are saying to you, just say, like that. Right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's a good way to communicate in South Florida. Just keep saying that. 1,089 votes. I've been busy answering all kinds of stuff. And not just like that either, okay? See, that's the problem. You don't understand that I'm bonding with our listeners out there. You think it's all about sex. It's all about, getting pictures of some hot-looking young dude, I mean, that's fine. I don't have any links to any webcams yet, and nor do I, Oh, this is just, it's a whole different world. It's like I've fallen off the Earth, and I've been on some kind of a spaceship and landed on another planet, you know what I'm saying? I've left the Earth and landed on Uranus. Okay, let's get back to these numbers now. We kicked some big fat ass, by the way. Did I give the morning number or what? I think I did that, didn't I?
Yeah,
before the break?
Yes.
Radio Mambi, which is Old Julio's. And, of course, the good part the good news for us about that is once you get back to the normal demographic, 25, 54, it drops off all those old farts like me. Because who cares about 55 plus? Anybody care about us? No, except those nice people on our MySpace page. Oh, God. Anyway, midday. Men 18 plus, CMQFM 69 is number one. No speaking English. Radio Mambi 67. And again, keep in mind that's old. I wouldn't be surprised if we're number one when we get to 25, 54, even these 2 months. Because we went from a 4.6 in the summer to a 4.5 in the first trend of the fall, and now a 5.5. And that's 10 to 3. So that means 10 to 2, we're like about a 6. Got it?
Yeah.
IOD from a 5.0 to a 4.9. They're about flat. We're moving on up, and they're about flat. Love 94, Hot 105. How'd Magic do there in the morning? I probably ought to look at that, shouldn't I? Our buddy Ricky Ticky. What the hell does he care? He's getting out anyway. By the way, Rick, congratulations to you. I'm not retiring. I changed my mind. And you know what has given me, well, besides my friend Moishi and all my other friends and Norma and all these, what's given me the inspiration to continue for at least another 50 years?
When it's time, you'll know?
That's part of it. When it's time, you'll know. And when I think about retirement, I think to myself, and then I say, no, I don't think so. Right?
Right.
You don't even know who I'm talking about. You're like, you're sitting there, I guarantee you during every break you're scouring that page. Like, who could that be? Who's he?
I'm just searching for him.
Yeah, no, you're not.
No.
Well, I mean, just out of curiosity. In other words, are you telling me you're not the least bit curious to see who this is that I'm making such a big issue about here?
Well, what do you mean I can't, all right.
Can't what?
I'm going to look for him right now, okay?
No, you don't have to do that.
No, I'm going to.
Okay. Let me know when you find him.
Now, where am I going to find him? Did he...
Oh, I don't know.
Is he one of your friends? I mean...
Yes.
Jesus, I'm going to have to look through all your friends?
Well, we only got 876 friends. You'll know him when you see him.
Oh, okay.
He's got like a navy T-shirt on with some yellow lettering. I don't know what it is. He's sitting like at a table in a restaurant. Do we have to get all this, all these... Because now, of course, I know that a lot of these perverts they're going to be looking. They're going to be on there. They're going to be searching. They're going to be scouring. And, of course, he just says he's somewhere in Florida, and he's like anonymous. Good thinking, huh? Good thinking. He knows that, he knows that people are looking at of all persuasions, and they're going, they're not just going, they're going, like that. A lot of huhs. See what I'm saying? Anyway, he's taping the show today, and he's going to listen to it when he gets home from wherever he's hanging it right now. And I would suggest one thing. I know that a lot of people out there, they get all excited when somebody talks about them, and they like the attention and that. But just when you're listening to that tape, keep your hands above the counter, okay? CMQ-FM is number 1 in midday with a 6. Now, I just got through reading these. Jesus, not that I'm distracted or anything like that. It must be your fault. It's me. Afternoons, 3 to 7. Radio Amor, a 5-9 in men. They're number 1, no speaking English. Radio Mambi, no speaking English, number 2. It's just a Julio world, man. CMQ-FM, no speaking English, number 3. EDR-FM, more ethnic stuff, 4-3, number 4. And Hot 105, all the top 5 in Afternoon Drive are ethnic. Black and Hispanic, etc. And then Big and MXJ, Magic, and Glove 94. Where the hell are we in the afternoon? Oh, there we are. First on the next page, from a 2-4 in the summer to a 3-7. Oh! All right. Nice going, Joe Bell. I told you should have done it a long time ago, but it's better late than never. Now, I know what I want for my rating bonus, because it's obvious that we're going to make a nice bonus on this when the full book comes out in a month. You following me?
Kind of.
Oh, you're busy looking. I'm sorry. You're looking to see what... Are you doing that?
Oh, no, I'm not. Now, I'll start doing that now, though.
Oh. No, in lieu of the cash for my Christmas bonus, I just want... Let's see. IOD is a 10th with a 3-6. And then INZ Scare America went from a 2-4 up to a 3-4. Woo! Look out now, man. They're on the move now that they're bankrupt. That must be... who is that? Spankin' Al Franken? Or no, it's the afternoon. I don't know who's on. And I don't care. Waxy from a 1-9 in the summer to a 2-2 in the afternoon. And what did we do? Where the hell is QAM? Oh, a 3-7. We kicked their ass, baby. Now that we got the lineup back there and the people in the right day parts, and we got Humper back in the afternoon and Mad Dog following us. Nice going. If they would have listened to me a long time ago, we wouldn't have had to go through all this grief. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
If I wouldn't have been trolling that MySpace page the last couple of weeks, I wouldn't have had to go through a lot of grief either. But you know something? I have no regrets.
I can't believe
What?
I'm rummaging through your friends right now looking for this guy.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Oh, in other words, so I'm interfering with your rummaging? I'll tell you what, during the next break, I'll find out where his his picture that has popped up.
Tell him to post a comment or something. So I don't have to. I know you're communicating with him. Tell him to post a comment.
Well, what do you mean, I'm communicating with you? You said that in such a kind of like sub-rosa way. Like, I know you're trolling this hot young stud, and that's what you really were thinking, isn't it?
He's jealous.
Yeah.
Oh, let me set my profile to private real quick.
I got news for you, Josh. You're a nice guy. I appreciate everything you've done on the show. And it's not because you're leaving or anything like that, but you're not in the same league with your friend there.
Well, I think he's not in my league, but I have to look at him to see that.
At least physically. Now, he may be a mental midget, although his email messages have been very lucid and lurid, or whatever that means. Okay, so there's the numbers. We did great. We thank the audience as usual. They're loyal, and they put up with a lot of crap. But I think they're having a good time. It's that gay time of the year.
Gay.
And festive and gay. That kind of gay. And whatever other kind of gay you want. We got $10.99. If I click that, baby, I bet you have to go to $1,100 and then some. If I just click it. Over the years, what person at QAM that has been the subject of Neil's on-the-air ass-ripping has been the most deserving? And, of course, it's Mo. What do you know, Mo, huh? You old toad with a bad hairpiece that he finally... And versed him out of it. That was a great accomplishment. Even you would agree with that.
Yes.
Mo Howard, David Ed, 410. Joyce Fitch, the bitch, 238. And I hate this poll, 109, 9.9%. The reason we got that 9.9, it's the
9.
Robert Creeper factor. Must be. Greg Reed, 80. The Beasley, 75. The sales team, 50. Geldy Geldstein's got 31. Didn't even invite me to dinner with the Panthers kicking a crap out of the Leafs last night, 7-3. Screwan, 28. Scott Farrell, 21. The engineering staff, 15. The Water Nazi, 11. Clarence, solamente 9. Only 9. There's that 9 again. Jeff Rimmer, out of sight, out of mind, 8. Speaking of buying people dinners. Robert Creeper's got 8. Got 6. Jeff High, 5. And Mifo DeForest has got 3. Is he still on the air over there? I mean, Chris would know. He listens over there just to monitor. Is he still on the air over there? Mifo?
Sure, I don't know.
You don't know. See, he's vanished from the scene. See, there's a lesson in life for all you kids out there. Never be a...
John Killer.
Right, boy, that was a bad move on my part. Or you're going to vanish from the scene and not be seen. You know, and of course, there are a lot of people these days like vanishing from the scene.
The biggest names, the best talent. This is Neil Rogers Sports.
This is Brady Quinn. Whenever I shave my balls, I listen to the Neil Rogers 12 to 1 hour.
All right.
Absolutely.
Dead, dead, dead.
Oi!
Someday you'll be dead.
Yes.
Dead, dead, dead. Someday we'll all be dead. The minute we're born, we start dying. We die a little more every day. Young or old, rich or poor, there's nothing we can do to stop it. So look long at that Christmas tree. It may be the last one that you see. Decorate your house in green and red, 'cause someday you'll be dead.
Oh!
Dead, dead, dead.
Oh!
Someday you'll be dead.
You fairy.
Dead, dead, dead. Someday we'll all be dead. It might happen in a couple months or 50 years from now. But no matter when it happens, it will seem too soon to you. So be sure on Christmas Eve when you snuggle into bed that you thank God for your family, 'cause someday they'll be dead. Dead, dead, dead. Someday they'll be dead. Dead, dead, dead. Someday we'll all be dead. Who knows how many Christmases are left in their short life? Nobody knows, that's my point. Enjoy them while you can.
About 30, man.
And so on Christmas morning, let good tidings fill your head.
Yes.
What a festive season. Someday you'll be dead. Dead, dead, dead. Someday we'll be dead.
Oh!
Dead, dead, dead.
Oh my God.
Everyone you know dead. A very Merry Christmas to you. Dead.
I'm dying over here.
1202 at 560 WQAM. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, like birthday, and et cetera, and so on. Now, did you find my friend or not?
No, because he's
I'll
not
tell you
one
exactly
of your
where he
friends.
is. Page 20. We have 22 pages of friends on our MySpaces. You're going through all of our friends?
I went through it. I didn't see
Well,
it.
you didn't find it because you're doing a sloppy job. Go to the last page is 22. Here's the easiest way to do it.
I'm on 20.
You're on 20. On the top, third from the left on the top, where there's Jeff, there's Johnny 2, and there's right next to Amy, who has no photo. You don't see it?
No.
What are you looking at?
Okay, you're on page 20.
Yeah, I think it's page 20, I believe. It says listing 681 to 720 of 876. Or no, I'm on page 18, excuse me. Like I said, well, it's close to 20. You know, only a couple off. Hey, listen.
A little off your feet today, huh?
Well, I've been swept off my feet, okay? It's been a real treat to get swept off my feet, and now I'm going to use some neat to get all the hair off my leg.
Okay, I got it. Here we go.
You got it? Now click on it. Click on it a couple times. You'll see it keep getting bigger. The more you click it, the bigger it'll get.
I got news for you.
What?
I'm not gay, but that kid ain't got nothing on me, but, you know. I'm just telling you.
You're right, Chris. He's jealous.
Very.
Very jealous. I just can't. Listen, to each its own, okay? I don't
like a little
like
high
you,
school
okay?
kid or something.
He's 17 years old. That's exactly right. I just got through telling you. He's jailbait. Don't you see it says right there? Male, 17 years old. If you click on his thing, somewhere in Florida, he's obviously staying anonymous for good reasons because, there's a bunch of old perverts like me that would like to jump on his bones. Now, if he tells me when his 18th birthday is, that'll be another story. See what I'm saying?
Does he go in the will when he's 18?
Yeah, he could go in a will right now, as far as I'm concerned. Because that's how, that's just how the minds of some old pervs work, like me. Anyway, so you're not impressed. You don't like him at all? You don't think he's a good-looking kid?
I don't know.
Of course you don't know, because you want to say one way or the other, because it's too embarrassing. You can't have an opinion. I thought we cured you that a long time ago. You finally admitted that Brady Quinn was a hot stud after the Tom Brady business, and now you don't want to tell me that my close friend, my best friend in the world, is, whatever he is. Well, at any rate, he's getting a lot of attention, okay, and we'll see. I'm sure he won't run away like some other people because I'm sure he's not hiding from anybody, and he doesn't have to hide because he's anonymous. He's smart. WQAM, hello.
I have chat.
Yeah, okay, good. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Hey, you didn't tell us how old Sid did across the street, how putrid his ratings were. I was waiting to hear that.
Sid?
Yeah, Sid.
Oh, let me see.
That idiot?
I threw all the stuff on the floor, so I had to... Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I was hoping I'm sure it's against you. I'm sure it's like a .0000.
Well, in midday we had a 5-5, number 3 in men, and that's 10 to 3. So from 10 to 2, we're like maybe number 1. That's 18 plus. And let's see, Waxy. Oh man, is Sid the Kid? Is he on a low now? Now that the juice has flown the coop?
Yeah.
They went from a 1-5 to a 1-7 from 22nd to 21st, so they're moving on up very slowly. They're making a little bit of a move, a 1-7. Not even worth getting the transmitter turned on for.
Yeah, my friend called me last week. He said, turn it on 790. The Heat just got Iverson. And that guy Sid was saying that we traded so many people for him, and then he said it was a joke and started laughing and saying, look at all the lines lit up. I fooled you.
Yeah.
He's an idiot.
Idiot. Well, listen.
That's why I listen to you.
McCandon. There you go.
Later, bud.
See ya.
That sounds like a Mo Howard David. He used to do that.
Did he really make crap up on the air? By the way, Castro's dead, and somebody just won $50 trillion in the lottery. Not.
Don't you remember he used this show to promote that he had the breaking story on who the
deep fin?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. And turned out to be just a scam. Well, that's what you get from a guy that goes like that. You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
Yeah. In fact, that's every time he would do that, everybody in the building would go, huh? Like that. Boy, it's a good thing we got that in there. He must have been psychic chicken neck, putting that in there for you. Making fun of you, of course, come to find out later on. It's worthwhile altogether. I don't know. Just my mind, after all of this stuff, it's almost too good to be true. The sun is shining. You wouldn't believe there's not a cloud in the sky. It's the 20th of December. There's not a snowflake anywhere to be seen inside here. Not that there's such a thing as global warming, you understand. And it's going to be 45 today. Now, I realize for you that sounds pretty damn cold in Florida, but for here, I mean, that's pretty damn toasty, eh?
Especially in December.
That's what I'm trying to say. The 20th of December, no snow, it's going to be sunny and 45 degrees. There's no such thing as global warming. And like I told you yesterday, the good thing for me is I'll be long since dead before all the polar ice caps totally melt and you're all going to drown and stuff like that. But all you punks, man, I'd learn to swim real well. Just a little advice for you. Oh, speaking of Getchkis, and I hate to do this at this time of the year. Well, I'll save the story till after we take some more of these really good calls. Well, there's so many of them, they're like an outpouring. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
You sound great. How are you doing today?
I'm doing sensational, man.
Excellent radio, my friend. Good to hear you back. It sounds like you're ready to extend that contract.
Lifetime.
Likewise.
Until I croak.
How about those big fat smelly numbers?
Yeah.
How they coming along?
I just got through giving them. We kicked ass, man.
Oh, did you?
We kicked ass. QM is on the move now that they got the lineup straightened out finally, thanks to me and Joe.
Excellent, Neil. All right, my friend. You take care.
Okay, have a happy, Pally. Okay, let's give those numbers again. That'll kill some good time. You didn't hear them. The number on our poll is 1126, and we're finding a lot of good numbers on that MySpace page. Let me say it again. See, because I know what's going to happen eventually down the road if we get all involved with that thing.
Like we are now.
Happen, don't you? Huh?
Like we are now.
Oh, much more so. This is just the teeny tiny tip of the iceberg, man. We're just starting to explore, what's living and breathing that's out there, and you don't know what's real, what's fiction, and what's friction, and what's whatever. But somebody out there in this audience, don't go blaming us, okay? If you can't control yourself, if you're some kind of a prevert. Now I'm a prevert, but I have a little common sense, and I'm not going to get myself in any of a jackpot like a crackpot. But some of you people out there are going to start communicating with some of these people, and you're going to be sorry. I'm just telling you right now, you're going to get burned, okay? And when you get burned because you're an idiot, don't look at me and go like that. Right?
Right.
We told you. Don't say we didn't warn you right ahead of time, because it's a place for punks and skunks and chunks and whatever. Monks. I wouldn't be surprised some of the monks have been there. Boy, I sure missed the Monks Inn, talking about good French onion soup. Man. Oh, God, was that a good place. Monks Inn. Long before your time, though, way back in the day. That's what us old farts talk about. All the famous restaurant, all the great places, long before you punks were born. A woman who reported a vicious attack by an ad hoc modesty patrol on a Jerusalem bus last month is now lining up support for her case and maybe including a petition to the High Court of Justice over the legality of sex-segregated buses. This is in Jerusalem. Miriam Shear said she was traveling to pray at the Western Wall in Jerusalem's Old City early November 24 when a group of ultra-Orthodox, the Haredi men, attacked her for refusing to move to the back of the number 2 bus. She's now in touch with several legal advocacy and women's organizations and at the same time waiting for the police to apprehend her attackers. In her first interview since the incident, Shear says that on the bus 3 weeks ago she was slapped, kicked, punched, and pushed by a group of Farbissant men who demanded that she sit in the back of the bus with the other women. The bus driver, in response to a media inquiry, denied that the violence was used against her, but Shear's account has been substantiated by an unrelated eyewitness on the bus who confirmed that she sustained an unprovoked severe beating. Shear, an American-Israeli woman who currently lives in Canada, says that on a recent 5-week vacation to Israel, she rode the bus daily to the Old City to pray at sunrise. Though not defined by the bus line as a sex-segregated Mehadrin bus, women usually sit in the back while men sit in the front as a matter of custom, because the Farbissant treat women like garbage. Every 2 or 3 days, someone would tell me to sit in the back, sometimes politely, and sometimes not. She recalled this week in a telephone interview. I was always polite and said, no, this is not a synagogue. I'm not going to sit in the back. But Shear, a 50-year-old religious Getchke woman, says that on the morning of the 24th, a man got on the bus and demanded her seat, even though there were a number of other seats available in the front of the bus. I said, I'm not moving, and he said, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. Then he spat in my face, and at that point I was in high adrenaline mode and called him a son of a bitch, which I'm not proud of. Then I spat back, she says. How do you like that? At that point, he pushed me down, and people on the bus were screaming that I was crazy. 4 men surrounded me and slapped my face, punched me in the chest, pulled in my clothing, beat me, kicked me. My snood, hair covering, came off. Oh, that's bad when your snood comes off. I was fighting back and kicked one of the men in his privates. I'll never forget the look on his face. Ooh. He was going just like that. Shear says that when she bent down in the aisle to retrieve her hair covering, one of the men kicked her in the face. Thanks God he missed my eye. She says, I got up and punched him. I said I want my hair covering back, but he wouldn't give it to me, so I took his black hat and threw it in the aisle. Wow, Getchke's gone wild, man. You think that Knicks fight the other day, that was nothing. Throughout the encounter, Shear says the bus driver did nothing. The other passengers, she says, blamed her for not moving to the back of the bus and called her a stupid American with no common sense. No seichel, it says. I've never seen that in writing before. No seichel. Wow. Aren't you impressed that I can actually read that word? Yeah, being as much of a heathen Jew as I am. People blame me for not knowing my place and not going to the back of the bus where I belong. According to Yeshua Meyer, the eyewitness to the incident, Shear's account is entirely accurate. I saw everything, he said. Someone got on the bus and demanded that she go to the back, but she didn't agree. She was badly beaten and her whole body sustained hits and kicks. She tried to fight back and nobody would help her. I tried to help and somebody was stopping me from getting up. I was going Vayasmir and nobody knew what the hell I was talking about. My phone battery was dead, so I couldn't call the police. I yelled for the bus driver to stop. He stopped once but didn't do anything. When we finally got to the Western Wall, she was beaten badly. I helped her go to the police, he said. How do you like that? Wow. All these Farbissant, man, all these crazy religious... So let me tell you again, all you punks out there, the crazy people are the religious people, and the religious people are the dangerous people. Stay the hell away.
The biggest names, the best talent. This is Neil Rogers.
Darn it, I told you, don't bother me while I'm in here. Arthur! Hello? It's Mickey Mouse. Oh, Mr. Mouse, good morning. How are you? What the hell are you doing to me? Nothing, sir. You're freaking killing me. No, I'm not. I got David Kelly calling me every 3 minutes. Why did we move the practice? Sir, You told me to move the practice.
I didn't tell you anything. You must have misunderstood me.
No, sir. You said move the practice to Monday.
Hey, listen, buttwipe. I'm the boss. I make the decisions. You take the heat.
Right.
You move the practice.
Okay.
How we doing with it anyway?
Oh, my.
Hold on.
Right.
Remus.
Yeah, boss.
Shut the hell up. I'm on the phone, Remus. Hi, sir.
Yes, sir. What was your question?
I'm telling you, I'm going crazy over here. Between David Kelly and now Michael Jackson calling me every 3 minutes, I'm going to go out of my freaking mind. Hold on. Remus!
Can't hear you, boss.
Stop it, Remus!
I'm sawing the floor, boss.
Stop sawing the floor, Remus! Remus! What's this in my hand, Remus?
That's your penis, boss.
My other hand, Remus.
Oh, that's the phone, boss.
Right. I can't hear anything, Remus. Stop sawing the floor.
Sorry.
Eisner.
Sir, the moves are working out very well. The practice is fourth in its time slot and moving
Fourth in
up.
its time slot? Christ, are we even beating the WB?
Barely.
Oh, my
And
God.
the Michael Jackson thing was a rating success.
Of course. Hold on a second. Remus.
Yeah, boss.
What the hell are you doing with a harmonica, Remus?
Playing a little song for you.
Don't play it, Remus. I'll jam that thing down your throat. And get that bluebird away from me.
Oh, come on, Bluebird.
I'm allergic. Eisner.
Sir, over 25 million people saw
Shut up, Eisner. Listen.
Yeah.
You see me, what I'm doing here?
Sir, you're on the phone.
I know I'm on the phone. Do you see what I'm doing? Use your imagination for crying out loud. I'm moving my hands up and down, side to side. I'm the puppet master. I say it, you do it. Now Fox is going to air all the stuff that you cut out of the Michael Jackson interview.
But sir, you told me to edit out all that stuff to make him look like a freak.
Puppet master, me. Idiot. Oh. Remus! Remus!
Yeah, boss.
What the hell are you doing now?
Fixing the floor, boss.
There's nothing wrong with the floor, Remus. What's this in my ear?
That's your penis, boss.
My other ear, Remus.
Oh, that's the phone, boss.
That's the phone, Remus. Get out.
Come on, Bluebird.
Get out. Eisner?
Yes, sir.
Killing me. Killing me.
I'm sorry, sir.
Killing me.
Sorry.
Killing me softly.
20 past noon at 560 WQM. Happy Wednesday, baby. It's just one of those days. We've turned the corner and everything is sweet. You know what I mean?
Sweet.
As somebody we know would say. Don't you think?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Speaking of that, most Americans have had premarital sex study finds. Like, we need to have a survey for this. And, of course, the Getchkis out there, the religions would say, oh, Faye, that's a sin. Yeah, everything's a sin.
Yeah, everything that's good, anyway.
That is correct. If it feels good, if it tastes good, if you like it, if you want to do it again, it must be really bad. And God is going to punish you for it. That's why he invented it in the first place, because he's a sadistic bastard. Almost all Americans have premarital sex, as a report published yesterday that analyzes federal data over time and suggests programs focusing on sexual abstinence until marriage may be unrealistic. Let me say it again. Unrealistic. The reality of the situation is that most people had premarital sex, and it's been that way for several decades, said Lawrence Feiner, Director of Domestic Research at the Guttmacher Institute, a New York City-based, sounds like a bunch of Nazis, the Guttmacher Institute, a New York City-based nonprofit organization that studies reproductive and sexual health. The study, which used statistics, this is chopped off again on the edge. This is bad. Asked 40,000 people ages 15 to 44 and traced the trends of premarital sex back to the 50s. Of those interviewed in 2002, 95% reported they had had premarital sex. 93% of the women born in the 40s, nearly 9 in 10 did it. This isn't going to make too much sense because the part of it's chopped off, but I don't care. You know, it's the 20th of December. Do we care? No. At the same time, it's chopped off. I can't make any sense out of it. Too bad. But anyway, they're doing it. Just in case you had any doubts, they're doing it. And another thing, nobody ever got a sexually transmitted disease from cyber sex. Okay? And don't be getting no webcams from any minors out there either, because otherwise they're going to come. You're going to wind up on Dateline. Chris Hansen's going to be coming knocking on your door any minute, okay? What are you looking at there, boy? Uh-oh. Not good. See, I'm going to be terrified. All these people and I've answered several emails to a whole bunch of people. Aren't you impressed? Don't you think this is a bad idea?
Huh?
Because it's going to occupy all my time. I'm not going to have time to even fart in between breaks here on the show.
Well, it's a little excitement for you.
Yeah, that's right. And, of course, it comes at a very good time. I need a little bit of excitement to inject after a depressing couple of weeks, and it's just the way it goes. Just the way it is, okay? It's just, you have a bad experience, then you have a good experience, then you have an erotic one, and then you have an erotic one. I'm waiting for the erotic one. 1,155 votes. Mo Howard David. It's strictly a two-horse race. That's all you need to know. Who has been the most deserving of my ripping them an ass over the years? Mo Howard David, 431. And Joyce Fitch, 243. Which reminds me, I have almost forgot about it. Of course, I'm stalling for time because I'm looking for it. But I almost did forget about it. I have a special Christmas gift for Joyce. There you go, sweetheart. Just for you. See, now, if George was there, he'd find that song, Especially for You, by the McGuire Systems on Kroll Records from 100 years ago. But you're not going to find that because you don't got that crap. So you found my friend there on the MySpace page and you're unimpressed. Well, that's just you being you know. As opposed to saying, yeah, that's a good-looking kid. I can see why you're like all smitten with that and sticking your nose in that picture real deep, You could have said that, even just to make me feel.
What you said.
Look at that phone, baby. It's down to a precious few. Now, maybe, of course, some of our old farts are saying, all of this MySpace, what do we know from this, See, that's going to be a real battle now to see if we can continue maintaining the big momentum that we had going with our geriatric audience, old farts like over the age of 30. And all these punks now who are discovering the show and getting me involved with this MySpace crap. I don't want to get too involved, I don't want to get too involved. Maureen Dowd writes, now, do you think I can mix these bedtime stories with all this other stuff, too?
I think you can.
Because, for example, my close personal friend there, whatever the hell his name is, he said that he found out what was going on in the world by listening to my show. So, these kids, in between just doing all kinds of perverted stuff and smoking a lot of dope, in between that, they want to know a little bit about what's going on out there. Now, not too much, Right. So maybe we ought to have a quote on the bedtime stories. Maybe not the whole day. Just maybe. Yeah, that would be good. Like maybe a little over 2 an hour. 2 an hour and then one longer one to come out to the 9. Maureen Dowd. Didn't I just read a Maureen Dowd column yesterday? That was the one from Sunday. Now she's got another one because it's Wednesday. It's Woodbine Wednesday. Boy, I can smell it, man. I'm going to find that good machine. I'm going to win that $166 grand progressive jackpot. And guess who I'm sending 10% to, Josh?
Me?
No.
Oh.
How the hell am I going to send money to somebody that is like what is that? That's like saying I'm going to send 10% to Jacob. What am I going to do? Send it out in the middle of the Sahara Desert somewhere? Maybe I'll send a telegram to that boulder. Isn't that a good idea? The older I get, the bolder I am. The Red Rock Canyon boulder. Send a telegram. Just squat it right on there. Maureen Dowd says, flunking our future. The only sects that may be more savage than Shiites and Sunnis are the Democratic feminist lawmakers representing Northern and Southern California. After Nancy Pelosi and Jane Harman had their final catfight about who would lead the House Intelligence Committee, aptly enough at the Four Seasons Hair Salon in Georgetown, the new speaker passed over the knowledgeable and camera-eager Ms. Harman and mystifyingly gave the consequential job to Sylvester Reyes of Texas. Mr. Reyes promptly tripped over the most critical theme in the field of intelligence. Jeff Stein, interviewing the oncoming chairman for the Congressional Quarterly, asked him whether al-Qaeda was Sunni or Shiite. Predominantly, probably Shiite, the lawmaker guessed. As Mr. Stein corrected him in the article, al-Qaeda is profoundly Sunni. If a Shiite showed up at an al-Qaeda clubhouse, they'd slice off his head and use it for a soccer ball. Mr. Stein followed up with a Hezbollah question. What are they? Again, Mr. Reyes was stumped. Hezbollah, he stammered. Hezbollah. Why do you ask me these questions at 5 o'clock? Can I answer in Spanish? Okay, KS Hezbollah. She says. Sounding as naked of essentials as Britney Spears, the new intelligence oversight chief pleaded that it was hard to keep all the categories straight. Thank heavens Mr. Stein never got to the Syrian Alawites. Many Americans, including those in charge of Middle East policy, are befuddled and fed up with the intransient tribal and religious fevers of the region. As Bill O'Reilly sagely remarked, I don't ever want to hear Shia and Sunni again. But it's beyond the job description of top officials to wish the problems away, especially when the entire region is decomposing before our bleary eyes. If Mr. Reyes had been reading the newspaper, might have noticed Mr. Stein's piece on the Times op-ed page 2 months earlier, in which, like a wonkish Ali G, he caught many intelligence and law enforcement officials, as well as members of Congress, who didn't know the difference between a Sunni and a Shiite. Too many officials in charge of the war on terrorism just don't care to learn much, if anything, about the enemy we're fighting, he concluded, and that's enough to keep anybody up at night. The lack of intelligent urgency about our Middle East wars is chilling. The Iraq Study Group reported that our efforts in Iraq are handicapped by the fact that our embassy of 1,000 has only 33 Arabic speakers, and just 6 of them are fluent. W, of course, failed a foreign affairs pop quiz and still became a close ally of the Pakistani dictator he referred to as General, that General. Once they have the job, the incentive of politicians to study is somewhat dulled. Charles Z. Wick, who headed the U.S. Information Agency during the Reagan years, sent a memo to his staff saying that he and the president needed to know if France was a member of NATO. Mr. Reagan had already been the president for years, the Times' Steve Wiseman reported, when he expressed surprise at learning that the Soviets had most of their nuclear weapons on land-based missiles, while America had relatively few. One possibility is that Mr. Stein's questions were just too darn hard. He should have pitched a few warm-ups like, how many sides are there in the Sunni Triangle? Or which religious figure, Mohammed or Jesus, hasn't been the subject of a Mel Gibson film? Perhaps the questions could be phrased Jeopardy style, as in, the name shared by 2 kings in Jordan and Saudi Arabia, what is Abdullah? A multiple choice might be easier on harried policymakers. For instance, which of the following quotes can be attributed to Dick Cheney? A, so long as the Arabs fight against the tribe, so long they will be a little people, a silly people, greedy, barbarous, and cruel. B, Don Rumsfeld is the finest Secretary of Defense this nation's ever had. And C, certain things are not known to those who eat with forks. Or this, is the Shiite crescent A, a puffy dinner roll, B, a new Ramadan moon, or C, an arc of crisis? Once our leaders get a grasp of the basics, we can hit them with a truly hard question. 3.5 years after the invasion of Iraq, with nearly 3,000 American troops dead and the Iraqis not remotely interested in order or democracy, what on earth do we do now?
The biggest names, the best talent. This is Neil Rogers.
God, Neil.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. This here is the King. I know I haven't been around much for a while, but I want y'all to know that up here in rock and roll heaven, I'll be thinking of you this Christmas. I'd like to give y'all a special Christmas message. A message of peace. Like, how about a little piece of that pie going by? Thank you. Thank you very much. Like I was saying, Christmas is a time of hope, a time of joy, a time for loving. And I sure would love a big slice of that pizza you got there. Thank you. What was much? No, what is that? Oh, yeah, Christmas. Now, Christmas to me means family. And family means friends. And friends means getting together. And getting together means eating. Oh, pass me that drumstick, would you please? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. And I just want to say to you right now, you know, I may be a big star, maybe too big. But ain't nobody so big you can't reach out a helping hand. A hand. Would you hand me a helping of those mashed potatoes over there, would you please? Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, like I was saying, ain't nobody so big you can't stoop to help a friend in need over the holiday season. Now, speaking of season, you want to pass me that salt sugar when you get the chance? Thank you. Yeah, just unscrew the cover, that's right. Thank you. Thank you very much. So this Christmas, why don't y'all take a tip from old Eos? No, leave those steak tips right where they are, you know what I mean? No, I appreciate it, thank you. I want you to remember, we're all part of God's great big family. And you know God made man unto his own image. And look in the mirror, I'd have to say God must be a big, big son of a gun, you know what I mean? I think you do. But I especially want y'all to remember this one last thing. When you're all at home this Christmas, stringing that popcorn up on the tree, save a big, big bowl for the king. Extra butter, know what I mean? Well, thank you, dear. Thank you.
Have another bowl, Fatso. Have another double cheese pizza and a few more of them cheeseburgers, too. 12:34, 26 till 1 at 560 WQM. Thank God the action on the MySpace has come down a little bit. Probably because it's lunchtime, wouldn't you think? I hope.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I need a break. And then I got just from my buddy Moishi, I just had to send him. I'm just, maybe I got to take this computer out of here.
You're whipped up, man.
What do you mean by that?
You're whipped up. It's a good thing.
In a positive way.
Yeah, it's not negative anymore.
Oh, no. In a most positive and beautiful way. That's correct. Well, it's that time of the year, you know. Maybe somebody will wrap that thing up and send it here when it gets to be legal. 5670560 and pound 560 at the Verizon and Singular wireless line. Need to get these phones pumping here, baby. And, of course, now that it's Wednesday before Christmas, hey, remember what happened yesterday? We started out not great, although today I would say it's been a little bit better. Wouldn't you? Okay. You don't think the phone has been a little bit improved? We actually had some people say something today so far.
Well, like one?
No, we had... Now, Chris, are you listening to this?
He's just still mad about the whole, Not in the
about
will
the
anymore.
Huth guy. He's just jealous.
That's what it is.
Because I made the comment that you're not in his the same game. You're not. You know, I mean, you're a human-looking guy. I mean, maybe not the best, but I mean, you're okay.
He's pouting between breaks.
Is that it?
Whatever gets you
bad.
through the day, man, you know. But
believe me, he's getting me through the day. That's just one of those things. Just a little friendship and a little kinship and a little bonding. That's all. Online, MySpace, and your place, and my face. 5670560 and pound 560 on the Verizon Singular wireless line. See, now you're not talking to George now, okay? I'm not going to go back into that crap again. That the show he did, that was, oh man.
What are you talking about?
You know the one I'm talking about.
No.
I'm not.
I don't think I do.
I'm not going back there again. WQAM, hello.
Hi, John.
WQAM, hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
happy Woodbine Wednesday to you.
And back to you.
Say, I have a sorry story about the slot machines. It's nothing. I have nothing against them, but my old man, when my poor mother died, he married this woman, and she used the slot machines as a money laundering deal. He put all the money in for her, gave her the money, and then every time they'd hit a jackpot, she put that check in her bank account. So she pretty much cleaned him out with the slot machines.
Isn't that sweet?
Yeah, she was a really sweet person.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like
have a good holiday.
And you too, Pally.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Watch out for those slots, man. All depends on which slot and where it is. A lot of guys get all worked up about those slots. 1,180 votes, 1180 dial 1180 WHAM in Rochester. Boy, I'm sure glad I don't live there anymore. For that couple that was asking me on our MySpace where they should a lot of people want to get out of South Florida, and that's a good idea. I got a good idea. Why not go to Vegas and sell insurance? How's that sound? I mean, not necessarily like there are any real people, just like out there in the middle of the desert. Go out there and sell insurance. Or just tell everybody you're going to go to Vegas and sell insurance. Would be good. 5670560 pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular wireless line. What a wicked web we weave when we practice to believe. Isn't that how that thing goes? Something like that.
Yeah.
By the way, all your kids out there, there's no Santa Claus. Your parents lied like crazy, and that's because that's how they were raised, to lie through their teeth. Because they thought it was really cute, just like the God bull crap. WQAM, hello.
Hey, good morning, Neil.
Yes, sir, good evening.
How you doing? This is Dave from Skyline Chili up here in Sunrise. I'm giving you a call
Dave
back.
from Skyline Chili is chronic again. What happened yesterday? You called us, Dave, and I forgot what you said.
Not yesterday. I had my other guy call in. No, we had invited you. We heard you talking about Jacob over there. We wanted you guys to come in. I don't know if you've talked with him.
Yeah, I had a chat with Jacob. He's going to be busy in the desert next week.
In the desert?
Yeah.
Oh, what is he? Is he like a stalker?
Yeah, he's a stalker, right?
Oh, boy.
It sounds to me like I'm talking to the stalkers over there. Hey, Jacob, they're after your ass, sweetheart. And even though you're going to chastise me for this, and after all that happened, I still love him, It's true. That's just me. I'm just an emotional kind of guy, and not like I love that. In a totally different way, believe me. Because Jacob is not in that category. He may think he is. I'm sure a lot of these punks have a high opinion of themselves, but I still love him with a passion, like he was my long-lost nephew. And then I did find my long-lost nephew, not that I even know him, but that was amazing last night. I'm just getting ready to go to bed, and I thought, well, maybe there's a message or two on there, certainly not from anybody I know. And then, of course, my buddy Harry was on there from Detroit, my backgammon coach. And then all of a sudden, here's my cousin's son from Naples, New York. I don't want to use their last name on here because nobody's business about my relatives, but, and come to find out that everybody's alive and they're okay and like that. And come to find out that he's listening online, and he says he's just obsessed with this show. Obsessed with it. 29-year-old guy. Isn't that amazing to you? He's obsessed. He smiles from ear to ear as he's listening. And he said something about balls. I think there was something began with an F before that. He appreciates my big balls. From a distance, that is.
Your breasts are beautiful.
'Twas the night before Christmas. The whole house was mellow. Not a creature was stirring. 'Cause I had my gun under the pillow. Went up on the roof. I heard something pound. I sprung to the window and yelled, "Yo, keep it down!" When what to my wondering eyes should appear but the dawn of all elves and 8 friggin' reindeer. With a slap to the snouts and a yank on the manes, he cursed and he shouted, and he called them by name. Yo Tony, yo Frankie, yo Joey, yo Vito, hey Paulie, hey Vinny, hey Rocco, hey Guido. With slicked back black hair and a red silk suit, Don Christopher was here, and he brought the loot. As I drew out my gun and hid by the bed, he flew through the window and slapped me upside the head. What the hell are you doing, pulling a gun on the Don? Now all you're getting is coal, you friggin' moron. Then pointing a finger right up my nose, he twisted his pinky ring, and up the chimney he rose. Then I heard him yell out, when I least expected, Merry friggin' Christmas to all, and you better show some respect.
12:46. By the way, don't tomorrow morning before the show forget to have Miguel give me that information I need.
Huh?
Josh. But the password, all that other stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Because when I'm on vacation, I certainly don't want to let down all of my pen pals out there. They're going to be inundated. It'll be the week of Christmas to New Year's. Nobody in their right mind is going to be wasting their time with that.
Well, Miguel's not here. I'll have to call him.
What do you mean he's not there?
Well, he's off this week.
He's off all week?
Yeah.
What did you say? Huh? Wow, that's bad. Well, you'll find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. A woman going... Now, this is a real rocket scientist, this old bag. A woman going through security at L.A. International put her month-old grandson into a plastic bin intended for carry-on items and slid it into an X-ray machine. The early Saturday incident, bizarre but not unprecedented, caught airport workers by surprise. Even though the security line wasn't busy at the time, a screener watching the machine's monitor immediately noticed the outline of a baby and pulled the bin backward on the conveyor belt. The infant was taken to Sentinella Hospital, where doctors determined he had not received a dangerous dose of radiation. Maybe Grandma will take a moment and pop him in the microwave, huh? Officials who declined to release the 56-year-old woman's name said she spoke Spanish and did not apparently understand no speak of English. She initially didn't want the baby transported to a hospital, but security officials called paramedics and insisted the child be examined by a doctor. The grandmother, the abuela, and the child were subsequently allowed to board an Alaska Airlines flight to Mexico City, of all places. Good place for her. The rare incident drew attention to whether officials are staffing often busy security checkpoints enough to prevent such an accident, and it raised questions about the danger of X-rays used to pick out suspicious metal shapes in passenger bags, given the medical community's warnings that even low amounts of radiation can build up over a lifetime. You know, with all the traveling that I've done, can you imagine the amount of radiation in my body?
Oof.
Wow. I'm just like a walking time bomb. You know what I mean?
One of these days.
Rather than focus on the radiation dose, which is a small amount, we need to focus on why this happened so it doesn't happen again, said Dr. James Borgsteed, a diagnostic radiologist at Penrose St. Francis Health Systems in Colorado Springs and president of the American College of Radiology. Human beings were not meant to go through those things, he said. In the several seconds the baby spent in the machine, the doctor added, he was exposed to as much radiation as he would naturally get from cosmic rays or high energy from outer space in a day. High energy from outer space, baby. Go inside. Don't be squatting on a big boulder out there in the desert because you're going to get all that radiation from outer space in your place and in your face. Don't get it in your face. Security experts said the incident underscored a more widespread concern about the screening process at LAX and other airports. The screeners are still reporting that they're being pushed, said Brian Sullivan, a retired FAA security agent. If a baby can get through, what the hell else can get through? How about Grandma's teeth? What do you think? How about her bag? How about Larry King's bag? You think they make him stick the bag in one of those things and shovel it through there when he goes in the airport? And his suspenders? Man. How are we doing on that poll? I bet you, what are we going to get today? Maybe 13? I wouldn't be surprised at all. We're going to get 1,300 votes today on the 20th of December. Wow. Heavy, heavy duty. As a matter of fact, we got 1201 already. Oh! Here's another one of those polls. Of course, we take a poll on the show every day on our website because that it's like a hook. Because most of you got nothing to say and nothing in your mind, and that's okay. We understand. Life is tough. So we take the poll as like kind of a starting point. But everybody and their brother's always taking these stupid polls. And then you got all these different associations and all these different rocket scientists studying these stupid-ass things. Stress. Now, let me just see if Eric has got that thing ready for you. Oh, yeah, he's got it ready for you to switch at 5 o'clock.
I'm excited.
Or thereabouts. Huh?
I'm excited.
Why? Because you get to switch the poll? Doesn't it give you a feeling of power?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I shouldn't have said power. That was a bad idea. Maddie Bells. Oh, Maddie, by the way, Josh is not going to work for you. He thinks you're an idiot. Because I asked Josh the other day, I said, we know what you think about Greg Reed. You're not too fond of Greg. But what do you think about Matty Bell? And he said,
Oh, he's a little guy, kind of funny looking.
stress, that tense feeling often connected to having too much to do, too many bills to pay, not enough time or money, too many emails to answer on your MySpace page, too many pictures to drool over. It's a common emotion that knows few borders. About 3/4 of people in the U.S., Australia, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, South Korea, and the U.K. say they experience stress on a daily basis, according to AP Ipsos polling. Those anxious feelings are even more intense during these holidays, man. It's a stressful time of the year. It's a bitch. Spaniards, 61% were not as wound up as those in most other countries polled. And they could all take a lesson from Mexico, where more than half the Mexicans said they rarely or never experience stress in their daily lives. But there's your girlfriend there. There's Lana Lang, or whatever the hell her name is. Tara Connor.
Oh, yeah. Wait, where? I'm on CNN.
I'm not going to say it. I don't want to argue with you, okay? Because I have seen her where she looks really as smoking as gets, and I've seen her where she looks like...
Gay.
What? Huh? She looks gay?
No, you're gay, and she's really hot.
So, in other words, I can't tell a hot-looking woman. We're back to that again?
Listen.
Well, okay.
Listen, I'll grab every straight guy in the building, and I'll pull him in here if you'd like. Okay.
You're going to grab every gay guy, straight guy in the building and pull him? Is that what you just said?
Huh?
Wow, that sounds awfully gay to me. But anyway, can I get back to this story and forget about Tara Connor and Donald Trump with the purple hair? Wouldn't you think a guy with the kind of money he's got would at least, go out there looking like a human being?
You would think.
Purple hair. I mean, that red hair he had before, that was a bad piece. That was nasty. But the purple one. Anyway, coming back to the stress. It says, when the word stress was mentioned to Heidi Zabit of Durham, Connecticut recently, it seemed to touch a bundle of nerves. She has those nerve endings, man. My life is just so stressful right now. I'm exploding all over the place, said Zabit, a paralegal and single mother of 3 boys. Financially, the stresses are putting me under the table. After a full day of work, we finish dinner and do homework by 9 p.m. I'm fried, she said. She's fried. And if she was French, she would be really fried. And it's magnified by the holidays, she said. They emotionally string us all out. They string our kids out as far as hopes and expectations. Germans feel stress more intensely than those in other countries polled. Ach du lieber. People in the U.S. cite financial pressures as the top worry. About half the people in Britain said they frequently or sometimes felt life was beyond their control, the highest level in the 10 countries surveyed. In most of those countries, men were more likely to say their lives were never out of control. The idea that we French lead the good life is totally utopian, said Pascal Monge. Pascal Monge, a counselor at a private Paris tutoring firm. We are as stressed as anyone, she said. The factors that cause stress are on the increase in modern industrial democracies. They include multiple jobs, long commutes, and increasingly complex technology. The level of stress in fast-paced technological societies has been accelerating, said Gershon Kaufman. See what I mean, all these experts? Oh, he's a practicing clinical psychologist and professor emeritus at Michigan State University at good old MooU, baby, in East Lansing. I wonder if my name is still on the wall there in East Shaw Hall. I doubt it. It's 45 years ago.
Why would it be?
Hey, don't start talking about stuff you don't know about, okay? Have you ever been to Michigan State?
No.
You ever been to East Shaw Hall?
No.
Well, then mind your own business. There's an increased emphasis placed on wealth in this country. We're gradually exploring. Actually, I wrote my name also on in Florence, Italy, in Firenze. What the hell is that bridge? Oh, they got all those bridges that go across the river there. Oh, what is that one? I can't think of it. Well, anyway. And on the wall there, I saw everybody had, written, the tourists, they write their name and what the date was, and they were here, and Mo, this one was here, and that one. And Mo was here. And so I wrote my name on there many years ago on a thing, on a bridge. Ponte Vecchio, that's the bridge, in Firenze, Florence. Never been to Florence, have you guys?
No.
Beautiful place. Beautiful. With beautiful people, too, man. You just wander around in the summertime in Florence, and your tongue drags along the street. In the U.S., Britain, and Mexico, finances were cited most frequently as the top source of stress. Jobs were the top source of stress in Australia, Canada, Germany, Italy, South Korea, and España. The French viewed jobs and finances equally as the top sources of stress. Stress! I know a little something about stress the last couple of weeks, but now, if you're just a survivor, hang right in there, we can overcome. Isn't that what they say? Isn't that what Martin Luther King said, we shall overcome? That's right. In several countries, those who earned the highest income said their jobs were the leading source of stress, while those who made the lowest, not surprisingly, said finances. And in many countries, like Italy, Germany, and France, the word stress has such a powerful influence that it's become incorporated into their language. For the Germans, just over half said they frequently feel stress in their daily lives, the highest stress level in any country polled. During the week, I often don't get home until well after dinner time. Then my wife expects me to help with the children. Then there's dinner to be made. I often bring work home from the office on top of that, said Roland Reifschneider, 33 of Berlin. Well, I bet you he's a good-looking guy. If he's 33 and he's in Berlin, the odds are he's a fine-looking guy, a little bit old for me, who works in public relations. He said, I'd like to have time to go to the gym, but it's just not possible. But Germans were the least likely of any group polled to say they felt that life was beyond their control. The polling of about 1,000 people in each country was conducted between November 13th and 26th and has a margin of sampling error of minus 3%. With all this pressure bearing down on them, people find various ways to deal with it. For Connecticut single mom Heidi Zabit, the key is good friends. When it gets the hardest, they're always there for me, she said. I have a line for that, but Joyce would have a nervous breakdown. Paris tutoring counselor Pascal Monge started taking weekly piano and swimming lessons. Does that seem, I don't know, it seems like a kind of strange combination, isn't it? Piano and swimming lessons?
I'll say.
And for Mexico City construction worker Javier Juan, one of the reasons he almost never experiences stress may be his sense of priorities. What Juan worries about most are the well-being of his family members, especially his wife and children. Their health and how I'm going to obtain money to cure them is the biggest worry, Juan said, more than anything else. Well, there you go. All the stress all the time. And, of course, this is a very stressful business. I've eliminated the stress from my life. With the help of a few friends and my own psychoanalyzation, I have eliminated the stress. And then MySpace is good for eliminating stress, you know it?
Really?
Yeah. You look at some of those pictures on there, and it puts a big smile on your face. And maybe even a big smile between your cheeks.
Rectum.
Yeah, maybe a smile there, too.
The biggest names.
Why not?
The best talent. This is Neil Rogers. Sports Radio 560 QAM.
It's a hour!
Fort Hole Ferry came upon something great. Gave them something good that they all ate. In a while they removed their pants and put on a pair of no-ass chaps and said, hey boy, take a ride on the Thoy side. They said, oi boy, take the ride on the Thoy side. And the tranny girls say, la 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 la. Eating too much soy will make you gay. You'll be watching boys for grab-ass play. Soy will make you gayer than a neocon Republican that says, hey boy, take a ride on the Thoy side. Hey sugar, take a ride on the Thoy side. And the tranny girls say, la 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 la
.101 at 560 WQM on a fabulous Wednesday. It's Woodbine Wednesday. The sun is shining here. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 100 degrees out there, you know? Either that or I'm just getting, like, emotional in my old age. Maybe I'm just getting all here. Oh, look at that. It's already 43, going to be 45 today. And toasty for the 20th of DCM today? And I don't hear too much screaming and yelling about those nice ratings we had there, huh? That's two-thirds of the fall book. Hello?
Yes.
Oh.
He's indisposed, I guess.
What do you mean by that?
Well, he's not here.
Oh, in other words, he's doing an ace and a deuce because he had all of that food, all of that soup?
Yeah,
I wonder how it went over there with the original soup man in Aventura, which we thanked them again for all that delicious soup they brought. Now, did you partake?
I had a little bit. I wasn't really into seafood, so I had some of the vegetable chili.
I see. And?
Not too much. Not too bad. Pretty good.
Not too bad?
Well, I'm not really into, like, the vegetable soups, so, you know. But since he was not like
Chris, the
vegetable
one thing
soup,
you got to learn, Duff is going to have to come in here and give you some lessons. And of
it
course,
was great.
There you go. No, I'm sure it was very good. But,
yeah, like I said, I'm not into vegetable soups, but it was pretty good. It was good.
Oh. Anyway, the original Soup Man is at 20475 Biscayne Boulevard in the Promenade Shops, and it features Zagat-rated soups of Al Yagana. Am I saying that right?
Sure.
Who inspired the soup episode on Seinfeld. Well, you didn't watch Seinfeld either?
Nope.
Good. You got the job. The store's location is the 22nd original Soup Man open since the franchise concept was launched last year, and they got other stuff. They got wraps, and they're wrapping it and whatever else. So maybe that's what Josh is doing right now, wrapping it. Maybe like with a C in front.
Yeah, well, he just walked in here.
I'm back.
Was pretty
I
heavy.
hear that you were like unloading some of those 85 meals you had today already. It doesn't surprise me at all. Now, what was I asking him before? I don't know. I asked you something mighty important. And, of course, Chris doesn't remember because he wasn't paying any attention.
I was loading the spots at the time, so.
Don't worry, I'll get you those MySpace passwords.
Oh, no, that's very important. Make no mistake about that. No, I know what I was thinking about. For example, because I know that when I directed you to that page 18 there of all our 80 million friends, and I'm sure you clicked on that thing hoping that you were going to find some more information and maybe even confabulate with my close personal friend and tell him, hey, you ain't nothing, man. You're like, just like that.
That's what I did.
He's got it set to private.
I know.
So all you perverts out there that want to confabulate with the people on there just because they look really smoking to you, forget about that. He only, like other people that set stuff to private because they're running away, And I'm confident that my new close friend isn't going to run away anytime soon, and probably anytime at all. Well, this has been a banner week, not just a banner day, but a banner week for me. It's just been beyond belief. Never would have thought so a week ago, would you? Of course, you were on vacation a week ago, and I noticed, by the way, that you were on our MySpace page last week while you were on vacation.
No, I wasn't.
The hell you weren't.
What are you talking about?
You were on there, man.
Listen to me. I didn't bring a cell phone, let alone a computer.
You were on there.
No.
Or maybe it was somebody impersonating you again on there.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, that's what your buddy says online. He said that, he understands that people can go on there and see your picture and impersonate and pretend to be you. Now, how did you find out about that?
Because they were one of your friends, and they were posted in your, top friends, and it was a picture of me.
Yeah.
And his name was like Steve or something. I don't know what his name was.
Probably some old fag, 1,223 votes. We got to 1,300 licked, I believe. I mean, not necessarily we need 77 mo in 55 minutes, but I think that should be a no-drainer, man. Doug Thompson. And excuse me for reading stuff on the air, but I'm going to do it. A couple of them anyway. Doug Thompson, because he hasn't had one of his rants in a few days on CapitolHillBlue.com, and I love Doug Thompson. He's one of my favorite writers, but he's in hiding. Like a lot of people these days, he's in hiding, and he's got good reason to, because the government has come after his ass. After voters overwhelmingly rejected President George W. Bush's illegal and failed war in Iraq, tossed out the corrupt Republican leadership of Congress, and sent a strong message that things needed to change and change right away, it appears we're back on the same old dead-end road to a war that won't end and can't be won, led by a president who won't listen and aided and abetted by a Congress that won't stop him. The heading on the column, by the way, is the more things change, the more they stay the same. Bush, in an interview with the Washington Post, made it clear yesterday that he'll send more American troops to fight and die in Iraq because he still labors under the illusion that his failed war can be won. And it looks like the new Democratic leadership of Congress will let him do so without questioning or recrimination. Incoming Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid said he supports an increase in troop levels to restore stability in Iraq, but claims that increase should only be temporary and the troops must be brought home. In other words, like that. In the House, Speaker-to-be Nancy Pelosi has told Democrats who want to investigate Bush or even impeach him to cool it. And she says she and the new leadership will seek ways to work with the White House. That bitch. I'm not surprised at Reid's capitulation, says Doug Thompson. He's a corrupt, bribe-taking old-school politician with a growing defense-related industry in his home state of Nevada. He knows that playing to the warmongers is good for business, as well as his campaign war chest, and Reid has a long history of getting rich off his political contacts. But I expected more of Pelosi, the San Francisco liberal, who promised to bring change to the House. But Pelosi is no reformer. Hell, she's the daughter of Thomas DeLisandro, the mob-controlled mayor who turned Baltimore over to organized crime during his reign of corruption in the 40s. Pelosi likes to brag that she learned politics at her father's feet, and it looks like she learned her lessons well. As soon as the Democrats won the November midterm elections, Pelosi took impeachment of Bush off the agenda, admitting it was just a campaign gimmick. Impeachment is off the table. It's a waste of time, she told 60 Minutes. You have to wonder how much some Republican fat cat paid for that decision another corrupt politician bought, says Doug. He says, let's look back to what's happened since the November midterm elections. The Democrats sweep to power in the House and Senate, aided by a strong anti-war sentiment from voters. Then they immediately stopped talking about any firm timetable for withdrawal from Iraq. Pelosi tells her incoming chairman to forget about impeachment. The day after the election, Bush fires Defense Secretary Rumsfeld, the public face of the war, and appoints former CIA head Robert Gates, who tells Congress that we're losing the war. The Iraq Study Group issues its long-awaited report urging diplomacy and saying combat troops should be withdrawn by 2008 and replacing it by more military advisors. But the bottom line of the ISG report is that the situation in Iraq is grave and deteriorating. Just like the numbers across the street, grave and deteriorating. Gates then starts talking about the need to win in Iraq, the same nonsense language that Rumsfeld, Bush, and Cheney use. The Pentagon says it needs more troops in Iraq to complete the mission, and Bush admits the U.S. is not winning the war and says more troops are necessary to win. We're back to where we were before. More Americans dying in Iraq with plans to send in even more to die. More billions wasted in a war that most military experts say can't be won no matter how many troops we send in. A president who continues to do whatever he damn well pleases. And a Congress that will sit on its collective ass and do nothing. Nice going, Doug. What I tell you, huh?
Rectum.
Doug Thompson, he's the best. When you say he's the best or one of the very best, yes, you would.
Yes.
Even though you don't pay any attention to any of these stories I read?
I read a little bit of them sometimes.
I'm not talking about the ones I send you to put on the website. I'm talking about the ones I sit here and puke my guts out, sweating and bleeding over a hot microphone, reading here on the show every day. You're probably on your damn MySpace there, checking out some hot chickadee on there right now. Wouldn't surprise me. And I sure hope that your Russian girlfriend don't find out about it. Because from what you were saying yesterday, she's a little bit of the jealous side. Is that what you were saying?
No, not at all. I just got myself in a bind, that's all.
Well, what does that mean? I don't want to put you on the spot.
I don't need to get put on the spot. I'll tell you exactly what happened. There was a girl that I ran into that I used to see.
You ran into on the MySpace.
And ran into her and kind of met up with her on the down low and got caught. And that's it. That's all there is.
You met up with her down low?
On the down low. I did like...
Yeah. How far down and how low? That's what we want to know. So you got in trouble. Well, listen, it's good. It strengthens the relationship, the fact that you were screwing around on the side. I mean, you were like, and the fact you were able to overcome that. When you have a tiff like that. Now, let's see. All of this, that's good, because it's lunchtime. Everything is calmed down on MySpace. I was getting exhausted. If I had to do that every day, I would collapse. I couldn't do that. Because during every break, I've been sending messages back to people, and I've been, getting the next bit ready when we come back, and getting, And, of course, now I got my shirt on, which this break is the put your pants on break on Woodbine Wednesday. You think that's too much information, or you think that probably the audience is concerned about that? I think they like to know.
Oh, they're concerned.
They want to know about all
of these things.
Here's the poll so far. We got 1,237 votes. Only 2 contenders on this baby. Over the years, which person's Neil has ripped an ass on QM deserved it the most? It's strictly Mo and Joyce. And the Mo they think about it, the Mo they think it's Mo. And the Mo I think they're right. 462 Mo Howard David did. And 257 for Joyce. And I hate this poll is up to 10.5%, 131. That really, between yesterday and today, there's a lot of hate. There's a lot of hate about these polls. Have you noticed that? And this is supposed to be that time of the year for love and peace and brotherhood.
There's always a lot of hate.
Yeah, but this time of the year, when you think they would dispense just with a little bit of the hate?
No.
Man, oh man. Of course, I can't be worried about hate because I'm worried about things like love.
Huh? The biggest names, the best talent. This is Neil Rogers, Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Neil got WQAM, where the faggot is.
The Federal Food and Drug Administration has joined the investigation of the E. coli outbreak at Taco Bell.
Now the latest on the E. coli outbreak. The majority of victims ate at Taco Bell.
Well, I drove down to get a bean burrito. Taco Bell was calling out to me. Felt like I was shot with a torpedo. And then I got explosive number 3. Then I threw up higher than the willow trees. Then I threw up, it brought me to my knees. I was weak, laying beside my toilet. Then I threw up, but it wasn't over yet. Oh, God, I am so sick. You're not as sick as I am. Much sicker than you. Impossible. I can't keep anything down. Oh, look at me. You can see stuff. I've lost 12 pounds in 3 hours. Oh, that's bad. That is bad. Yeah, you're worse than me. You can see my spleen. Oh, that's a lovely spleen. Oh, God. Oh, watch out. I'll get the bathroom first. No, me. Get out of the way. God, you didn't make it. These are brand new shoes. I'm sorry. Oh. Through a pocket, the cramps were overwhelming. Then I threw up, my ears started to ring. I was weak with quesadilla fever, and on my tongue I started growing fat.
What a lovely thought for the holidays. 118 at 560.
I love that bit.
I know you do. Maybe I'll play it all the way till 2 o'clock. What do you think?
I say.
All right. So I just sent my final message to for the day, at least for the daytime hours.
Yeah, until he writes you back. But go ahead.
Yeah. And I made the good point, and that's because this is a totally new... I mean, even when you're emailing people, although generally speaking, you email people who you know, and you exchange email addresses. You know what I'm saying?
Generally speaking.
Yeah, so it's a different experience. But with this thing, like happened to you, and just like he said, anybody can put your picture on there and say, "Oh, I'm Josh Cordes," you know. And then you're communicating with them, and you don't, and they can put anybody's picture in return, and you don't know who the hell you're really talking to. And the same with this thing. But it's always nice to have good pictures. You know what I'm saying? That's the best thing. Yeah. Just keep that in perspective, okay? Just look at the picture, put a big smile on your face, and then move on with real life, okay? This virtual life, and you know what it reminds me of? This whole cyber sex thing? Unless, of course, we're talking about the video cams, which I know that every kid over the age of 5 has now got the video cam things that are like, you know, they're eyeballing each other as they're speaking and whatever else they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
No, because I'm not into that. But
whatever. But other than that, if you don't have that ability, then you really don't know who you're getting all emotional and involved with on there. So that really makes it that much more of a fantasy. Which, if you just accept it as that, then it's fine. You know, it's like phone sex. It's like these guys that call the 800 numbers or 900 numbers, and they're talking to some big old fat mama out there. It looks like Kirstie Alley on a bad day before she called Jenny. And they're getting all whipped up and excited. In the meantime, if they saw them in person, they would like vomit from thinking that they were like getting, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There you go. But then again, if you want to live a real life or you want to win a fantasy life, that's what it's all about. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless line. We're going to get a zillion calls in between now and 2 if we get them. If we get them. That's the operative line. If we get them. Once that 45-minute delay catches up and they start hearing that we're looking for calls again, you'll see. You won't see much, but you'll see. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know you don't like pea soup, but if you mix it with a can of...
Yeah, okay, good.
Oh, why didn't you give him a chance?
Too old. Too old and too boring. That's the kind of person we're going to hear from the next 40 minutes.
He's a QAM Chronic.
He is?
Yeah, that's John and Davey.
Oh.
I'll tell you, this Chris is going to be good. He knows the callers. He knows the voices. Which shocks the hell out of me, because on some of our sports
now
shows...
he needs to get to know, this show's Chronics, too.
Well, he already knows those. Don't forget, he worked last week when you were on vacation. He hears them in his sleep, believe me. And so does the audience. WQAM, hello.
Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, did you hear that story about here in South Dade, they found a colony of Africanized bees, and they're trying to...
5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless line. Oh, how sad. Hey, listen, Castro's dead. We'll pack you a medianoche, and we'll give you a new Guayabera, okay? WQAM, hello. Now, there's not a bad one. And you should know, since I got my pants and shirt on, and my shoes are sitting right off here to the side.
Ready to go.
Since it's Woodbine Wednesday, yeah. I'm hot to trot. And Woodbine, too. That I'm eating a piece of Asiago cheese right now. Tre Stella.
You're a big cheese guy, huh?
Oh, I love cheese. Nothing like a good piece of Asiago before you go to Woodbine. Well, that's my lunch, you know. Then I take my little pill here, get my blood sugar down to a nice low level, so I don't get overworked up there at that working over that machine.
What's that? The Nature Bee pill?
Nature Bee is in the morning. This is my diabetes, my Glynis pill.
Oh, okay.
So you'll know when you're old and fat and diabetic and stuff. But you better watch it.
No, don't worry.
Just remember the day I told you, Josh, watch all this excess food, man. You're going to balloon up like a cow. I wouldn't be surprised if the Beast starts putting his picture on there and saying, "Oh, this is Josh Cordes," and yeah. WQAM, hello. What was that? Was that on our end? WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Merry Christmas to you.
And back to you, Pally.
Thank you. Can you play Reverend Jones for me?
What do you mean, can I play him?
You know Reverend Jones, the
idiot?
the idiot.
The jackass? The pest? The nuisance? What about him?
Can you play him?
The call you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Here's Oakland Park. Hello.
Yes, is this Mr. Rogers?
Speaking.
Mr. Rogers. Reverend Jones here, and
another phony reverend? Yeah.
You're having a controversial show today on
what?
callers from the past.
What is it?
You're having a controversial show on callers from the past.
No, we're not talking about callers from the past.
You're gay bits that you're doing.
Sir, what are you talking about?
You're playing old bits.
No, I'm not.
Well, we had a call a while back, and I guess you did a tape, and you made some type of a cart on it. I guess that's what they're telling me, and we discussed not playing it on the air.
What are you talking about?
The part, the gay bits, sir. That was one of my disciples. You're gay. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We'd appreciate to not play that.
You're gay.
I thought you received the letter. Did you receive the letter, sir?
You're gay. You're gay.
Did you receive the letter, sir?
You're gay. You're gay.
Sir.
You're gay.
Did you receive the letter, sir?
You're gay.
There'll be a lawsuit.
You're gay.
Sir.
You're gay.
No, you're gay, sir.
You're gay.
What was he trying to say?
You're gay.
Oh. Yeah, I think that was it. That must have been one of his boyfriends calling there, okay? The great one, and hopefully soon, the late one. But, he's small potatoes compared to this other stuff, so, you take it as you get it. And what did I tell you between now and 2? What did I tell you was going to be calling in? The refuse, the dregs. But I will say this, for the week before Christmas, it's been okay. Now, if you decide, that's right, you said you don't even know whether this other deal's been finalized or not. When are you going to get an answer to that?
What do you mean? The deal's finalized, man.
You shook Joe Bell's hand?
Yes, I did. And I'm getting a pay increase on the first of the year.
Did he scratch the palm of your hand with his middle finger a little bit?
No, not so much.
Oh. You getting a pay raise when?
In the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
07, baby. I'm waiting. Very soon.
That means you can go over to Gulfstream and plunge your guts, find a good machine over there.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Dumb as dirt.
Absolutely.
I'm dying out of here. Sooner or later, the Sunni's gonna get you. Sooner or later, the Sunni's gonna get you. Sooner or later, the Sunni's gonna get you. The Sunni's gonna get you. In the war you'll never win. Resistance is what you'll find when you commit genocide. With the blueprint of Nazi occupation. Iraqis try to defend their homes against us instead of the Saudis that deserve retaliation. Sooner or later, the Sunni's gonna get you. The Sunni's gonna get you. In the war you'll never win. You leave no child behind by sending them off to die in a war that's insane and homicidal. One symptom of genocide is that the people you find with nothing to lose get suicidal. Jesus was God. Jesus was God. Jesus was God. Jesus was God. Sooner or later, the Sunni's gonna get you. The Sunni's gonna get you. In the war you'll never win. You'll never win. We're killing thousands a day. Partisan go away.
Huh?
2702 at 560 WQAM. I eat more cheese in case you can't tell. Listen, if you guys can pick out all day on a show, why can't I have a little cheese?
Of course.
A little Asiago before my trip to Woodbine. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular wireless line. I'm going to tell you something, man. Though this is a dynamite, like I said earlier in the show, like taking a stick of dynamite, lighting it, and putting it in your mouth. This whole MySpace thing. Because you know damn well, especially when you're like a public figure like Miss Kamal, for example, there are people who are obviously looking to get that queen, and they sure as hell did. I wonder how she's doing up there, huh? Wherever the hell she's hanging it out. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular wireless line. We got we got 1269 in the poll. We need 31 votes in about 26 minutes. Piece of cake, man, to get to 1300. And wouldn't that be a feather in Chris's cap if we got to 1300 under his watch with him sitting there in that room?
And wearing a cap.
Is he wearing a cap? Be a feather in it. WQAM, hello.
I'm Scott.
WQAM, hello. Oh, that's him.
That was him, yeah.
All right. Woo! I think in honor of that, maybe we just might have to play the real, not right this second, you know? The real one.
Maybe.
I played it the other day, but I'm thinking. It was still there. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Rob.
WQAM, hello.
Neil, do you have a cell phone I could text you a message from my cell phone? I have a Sprint, and it'll be free.
Right. Sure.
The Sprint to Sprint is free texting.
Yeah. The
Why
number
do
is
you,
999.
Why don't you give me a chance, Neil? I'm a human being.
A chance at what?
Sir, of being your friend, sir. Of going
I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to be your enemy. I don't want to know you. I don't want to smell you. Okay, go away. Go away. Hop into that old fart's black bean soup, and maybe he'll be your friend for lunch. Wow. Pretty sad, isn't it? Well, yeah. And that's what I said. All the sad pokes are going to be calling in this last 40 minutes. And, of course, if you think this is something, wait till tomorrow on Friday. I'm thinking maybe Fridays, you know, one of those, like the day after Thanksgiving Friday, all those all-bit days.
Yeah, I wasn't here for that. I'm going to have to see what you're talking about. We should do that.
Well, you know what I'm talking about. Just play all comedy bits all day.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it sure is. That's because nobody has to do anything. I'm the one that's got to sit here and try to figure out which ones we can still play. Which of those 15 bits we can still play.
Well,
although I'll tell you that Taco Bell one, that new one.
Just put that in a loop, man.
Put that baby on an endless loop. Now, which one is that?
The Federal Food and Drug Administration.
That's the one, right?
That's it.
Yeah. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Man, he's whipped up today, man.
He is worked up into a frenzy. I think maybe he's been on that MySpace and checked out a little bit of that. Wow. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
You're an old poor man. Why don't you retire?
Yeah, okay. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Dad.
QAM, hello. QAM. Do you think we're going to have like, oh, he's back again, that idiot. Wow. Just when you thought you... And what did I say? Because those are the only people sitting around like 5 days before Christmas and right in the middle of Chinooka, man. This guy ain't even eating his potato latkes. I wonder where the hell I would get some good potato latkes. In fact, I know a deli here where I can get some good potato latkes. I can't eat that, man. I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to be getting my blood sugar up for the holidays. It'd be a bad idea. 1,275 votes on that poll. We're going to get to 1,300 easy today. We got Curtis for the Mad Dog at 2. The Power Hour, Hank's going to have to do 3 solid hours by himself today, which is really good because just in for the time. I bet you he's having some potato pancakes. When you see the humper, ask him how many potato latkes he's having every day.
About 30, man.
During Chinooka. He'll be on till 7. Then we got the Hurricane warm-up. Man, we're going to have a fantastic audience tonight. Hurricane warm-up at 7. 7:30, it's the Hurricanes against Binghamton College Hoops.
The hurricane f***ing blow.
How do you like that? Binghamton. Well, let me ask you, what is Binghamton? I mean, I know where it is in upstate New York. There's a Binghamton College?
Listen, I would have thought they were like 1AA or something, or Division II.
Probably are. They like playing those little girls' teams. Then they can break out into a big brawl there, you know, pretend they're the Knicks and the Nuggets. And then Eddie K after the basketball game. And, of course, Eddie K is going away. And it's Ochenveh to us. Here at QM, it's bad news. But, you know, that's the way it is. It's a cost-cutting measure. I mean, I can't imagine that they're paying him a lot of money. But nevertheless, you know, every dime is another dime they could be leaving you guys in their will, the Beasleys. So are you excited about my big meeting coming up not too far off? Going to sit down and sign that lifetime deal?
Yeah.
Don't you think that's a plan?
Well, that's what you said. Yeah, that's the plan.
Just keep working until I am no longer physically able to do it, or I just croak right on the air. And then there won't be any mystery with the audience about when I croak, because I'll do it right in the middle of the show. I'll make sure I time it just to please the audience.
Good ratings?
Okay, we could promote it a week in advance. Neil, just like that Howard Beale business. Neil's going to die in the air today.
Josh doesn't remember that.
No, he was asleep by that time. Don't you remember he said he was going to kill himself?
Yes.
In the middle of the newscast?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I don't know. There's no point in it's just a matter of opinion. You don't like the movie.
I'm as mad as hell, but I'm not going to take this anymore.
And anybody with any taste knows it's one of the most brilliant films and one of the most prescient films in the history of mankind. I mean, Paddy Chesky was a genius way ahead of his time. He never even saw Rick Sanchez. He never even saw that ocean. What is that show they have on at 7 o'clock? Dreco Drive or whatever they call it. Isn't that it?
That's it.
Dreco Drive.
Never seen it. And he still was able to write that stuff. He knew what was coming, and it wasn't going to be good. It was going to be the Channel 7 mentality for almost all America. And then, of course, Fox News. But it's one of the... You'll watch it again someday.
Yeah.
Maybe not. 1,282 votes on the poll, man. We got 13 licked.
My junior, honey.
This here's Mohammed David. I'm still not working anywhere, but if it's all the same to you, I'd like to make my contribution to the war on Christmas by saying Happy Hanukkah.
That's Hanukkah.
Oh, it's you. Let's say it together, shall we? I took the trouble getting you something over here, Gildy.
For me?
Yeah, go ahead and open it.
Oh, boy. What's that design on the wrapping tape?
Oh, that's Neil's will.
Oh, yeah, that's the latest thing. It's like a happy face. Ooh, look who's on this wheel here.
What? Let me see that. That ain't really a moron.
No.
Now open it.
Gee, thanks, Mo.
You like it, huh?
Yeah, but just one question.
Yeah?
What are these?
They're fridge balls.
Fridge balls?
Why, sure. Now you can keep your fruit fresh.
Fridge balls.
I always thought that's what you needed. Now, what'd you get me?
Here, here's yours.
Got it, right? Neil's will again, I see.
I know. I even found a copy under my windshield wiper at Publix.
I had my bathroom wallpapered with the stuff.
Laminated, I hope. Use splatter.
What is this?
A lead pipe.
And what exactly am I supposed to do with this?
Apply it directly to the forehead. Like this.
1402. He's winning the pool easy, hands down your pants.
Rightfully
the
so.
one person who deserved my harassment over the years more than anybody else, and then Joyce. Are you shocked?
No.
You'll be shocked at this, though. I just called my attorney during the last break, and I told him to change my will. So, and that's why I played that bit, because it's about my will. That Geldy found under the windshield wiper or whatever. I told him to leave all my money to... Huh? Not that I'm emotional or anything like that.
Considering Boca Brian made that little drop about me, I just want to thank you.
Thank who?
You.
For what?
Well, that's me in the drop, so I guess you left, me in your will.
Woo! Man. Huh? Yeah, what'd you say? Reversing an earlier decision, city commissioners refused yesterday in Fort Lauderdale to support funding to upgrade Fort Lauderdale Stadium, which could end the city's more than 40-year tradition of spring training. What are we going to do now?
Oh, my God.
The Baltimore Orioles had counted on Fort Lauderdale's support for a $48 million plan to overhaul the stadium and create a recreational park complex. The commission's decision likely means the city will not be eligible for $15 million in state dollars to help with the project. Without a refurbished stadium, the Orioles could be looking for a new spring home by 2008. Wouldn't that be bad? First the Orioles and then the Marlins. Huh? City commissioners who in September pledged $240,000 a year for 30 years. How many years?
About 30, man.
Voted 3-2 against spending just $150,000 a year to help pay off the bonds. unctuous mayor, right-wing Jim Noggle, and Vice Mayor Cindy Hutchinson voted to provide the money. Noggle twice urged his colleagues to allow the Orioles to state their position, but commissioners said, refused. No chance. No way, Jose. Commissioners Carlton Moore, Christine Teal, and Charlotte Rodstrom said the city originally was to contribute only the land, and they complained the team continued to ask for more. Rodstrom also objected to using general fund revenue for the project. Well, I wonder if that Leafs-Panthers game is on instant game in an hour. No, they're crutching about it after the fact. Thank God it just ended. Woo! Talk about a stench of cow manure from the Air Canada Center. We stand ready and willing and able to urge the mayor and commissioners to have a special meeting, said Bernie Friedman, an attorney representing the Orioles. He said the commission, he hoped that they would reconsider. The team has a lease to play at the stadium through next spring, but wants to overhaul the 45-year-old building. Orioles hope to take advantage of the state legislature's decision to set aside up to $15 million for each of the 5 communities to upgrade their aging spring venues. Bada beep, bada boop, bada bob. And it goes on and on. I quite frankly don't give a damn. I hate to say that. But I did say it, and I don't really hate to say it. Why should I hate to say it? $12.99. Next vote will be the 1,300th, and the next vote, Josh is going to come right to your house and give you a bag of money or a kiss, a little tongue action right down the throat. 1302. Well, you can't do it because it came like in a clump. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
3 at once. Could be kind of, unless you want to, spend a lot of time during the holidays going around trying to find who those 3 people were. Maybe one of them was 5, 6. Am I easy or what, huh?
Yes.
I am so easy. But I admit it. I already told you. I'm the world's biggest sucker for a cute face, man. I'm just melt to jello. Melt into like a little puddle. That's me. It's just the way I am. And, of course, I should have learned my lesson. But just because somebody's got a good face doesn't mean they're a good person. Am I right about that?
Oh, yeah.
And you've seen recently what a good judge of character I am. Well, you can ask George, though. Over the years, ordinarily I have been. We go to work for people at a station, and, I'll tell you right off the bat who are the good guys and who are the bad guys. At QAM, finding the good guys, that didn't take too long. About 5 minutes. And then the evildoers, like your little buddy Matty Bell there, that was trying to, steal you away for Power 96. You would not have been happy over there with that rigatoni music, man. I'll tell you that right now. Now, do you listen to Power 96?
No, not really.
Good. Good, excellent. Good answer. What about you, Chris? You listen to Power?
Not really.
Good. Ask me if I listen to it. Not really. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you've been talking about MySpace for quite a while. A ways back, my band had a problem with MySpace with a bunch of pain-in-the-ass people. We eventually took it down because we got tired of the crap. I was living in the Midwest. And on our site, we had, news links and stuff like you did, like you do, talking about stuff to be a little bit to the left of Attila the Hun, be nice to people, DNH, like you like to say, treat people with respect, whether they're color, sexual orientation, whatever, treat people like a human being. Well, it was too much for those people in the Midwest. We got email, right, people saying, how dare you do this, and you're corrupting, I haven't. You're corrupting children. Go away.
Yeah, your cell's breaking up, man. Your cell's breaking up.
We got
okay.
Via email, and we just took it down.
I don't blame you. Okay, and get a new phone, too, while you're at it. Okay. Well, they had a lot of crap. Okay,
well, we got that he took it down.
He took it down. A lot of things I'd like to take down, but that's another story, okay? Like maybe somebody's pantaloonies, but that's another story. I'm not going to mention no names, okay? And all of a sudden it got cloudy. I think it's going to be cloudy over Woodbine. Uh-oh. I have a feeling I'm going to find a bad machine today, man. But you know what? Ask me if I care. Do you? Ask me if it's going to change my life. The answer to both is the same. No. I mean, I do care. I'd like to have, a good day over there. That would cap off a fabulous week. What a comeback, man. The comeback old man. You've heard of the comeback kid? Neil is the comeback old man. After we thought he was down in the dumps and on the verge of sausages, man, we thought he was going to slit his wrist or jump out the window. Now, let me ask you this. I mean, this is just a rhetorical question. There's not really an answer to it. But suppose somebody, diddles with you online, like on that MySpace thing, and gets you so aggravated that you, blow your brains out or jump off the balcony and commit suicide. How does anybody live with himself after they do something like that based on a prank? You know what I mean? I mean, it would have to be some pretty nasty stuff, but how could that happen?
I don't know.
I guess there's some pretty rotten people out there in Radio Land, aren't there? And just in general, in non-Radio Land, who like to toy with your emotions and play and screw around and then, boy, we sure got him. Oh, why? He killed himself? Oh, well, too bad. 1305, baby. So in other words, don't, have a good time there on that MySpace in your place and not on my face, but and whatever. But just be careful who you're dealing with and don't take it too seriously. Right? Isn't that good sound advice?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, easier said than done. Especially if you're an old emotional basket case like me. Well, that's okay. Norma's changing that will right now. He's just gonna like toss it out the window. And I'm sure that the right party will find it. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you'll find it. It's a bad deal, man. Where did all those extra spots come from in that last break?
I don't know. Chris?
That's what was logged.
I beg your pardon?
That's what was logged in there.
Okay, well, maybe you've got a different log than I do. Okay, I'm going to drop a couple of logs. At any rate, so we're out of time. I can't play that really hysterical closing bit that I was going to play. We only have time left to say,
Bye, bye, bye!